7 o'clock, the 15 battle for one to Devon.
25 seconds.
420.
We're starting at 420.
Nice.
It's 420. And
What a-
this is the... What?
What a great time.
I know. Couldn't have planned that any better. It's 420. This is episode number 56 of the SciFi And Friends podcast. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's see. Today, it's another wet, dark, rainy day in quarantine, in lockdown. Even though Kansas is in like phase 1, we can't go to the gym. We can go to bars. I see where your priorities are, Kansas. I see where your priorities are. But we got Joplin. Joplin's close by. A couple announcements. We do have Rendezvous Coffee available, individual bags, or you can buy bulk. You can buy as much as you want. I'll give you as much. If you want to buy 30 pounds, I'll give you 30 pounds of Rendezvous Coffee if you want to make it at your house. You can also go to Root Coffee House in Pittsburgh, and you can purchase it there for their pour-over options or their espresso options. And coming soon, you will be able to buy individual bags in Root Coffee. That's coming soon. I will say once that happens, once there's individual retail bags inside of a coffee house, a legit coffee house, we will have additional roasts. So right now we only have the Honduras roast from I guess he's my second cousin, or he's like cousin. He's like the husband's cousin, something like that. He's a relative of mine that owns the Honduras coffee farm. Hand-picked Honduran coffee from Ashley Williams. But as we get into the retail bags, I will be expanding into maybe some African coffees, Malawi, maybe some Yemen. I'd like to stay with more exotic kinds, just to give people, a little bit of a taste outside of Ethiopia, Brazil, and Colombia. Even those are great sources. Great. I just like the Panamas, the Yemen. So it's like, where are they from? Ecuador. The other thing is, I keep forgetting to mention this, but I'm going to start remembering, is that the SciFi And Friends podcast has a Patreon page. And if you'd like to support the podcast in any way, go to the Patreon page and you can sign up. I think I have different tiers. And I think one's like a producer level. So if you donate or tip or whatever it's called, a certain amount, you will be a producer of the show. I'll put your name in the show notes and all that kind of stuff, and give big shout outs and stuff. I'd like to monetize this show a little bit more because I have been making more episodes and they take a lot of time to produce and edit and stuff. But I have got a lot of good feedback. People enjoy the show, at least friends of the guests that I bring on enjoy the show, enjoy that episode, But hit the Patreon page up, support the channel. That'd be awesome. We also accept Bitcoin, any of the cryptocurrencies. And, if it really got down to it, we could do the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that good stuff. There's so many different ways to pay, and money's fake.
Money is fake.
Devon, money's fake. Alrighty. My guest today is a good friend of mine. He is a musician and a lifelong Kansan, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, lifelong Kansan. Please welcome Devon Lynn.
Thanks, man. Pleasure to be here, finally.
Yes, sir. We've been wanting to do it for a while.
Yeah, we've made a couple of plans.
Mm-hmm. They just kind of
Never
fell
really,
through.
yeah.
But with the quarantine and then your new lifestyle that you're up to,
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
like, let's do this. In fact, I learned a lesson this past week in scheduling podcasts, and that's to send a date.
Yeah.
Which is totally, how did I not know,
Right, yeah, you send a for sure date.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to say, yeah, I can be there then. Absolutely.
And then it becomes real.
Yeah, it's
Rather
an
than
actual date, like,
hey,
it's a set in stone.
Yeah, it's better than, hey, you should come on the podcast someday.
Right.
Or sometime.
Like, yeah, of course I'll come on.
And that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He'll let me know when he's ready for the podcast.
Yeah, dude. I actually looked at the list. I got like 3 lists in 3 different places, but I consolidated them. And then I was like, all right, how about I pick 5 people, 5 buddies, like you're a buddy of mine, that I'm comfortable. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
it's like
I
a
did.
weird. Hope that's all good. Like you're a buddy of mine, so it's like easy to talk to you, and we can be silly and stuff or whatever. And then some like higher level people that kind of put me on, and not that make me more nervous, more measured in my speaking or whatever. So like I have Wes Davis. I thought he'd be good, and I don't remember a couple other people. And then I have a few folks in California, like work for Netflix and things. I thought, I could get them on Zoom or Skype, and we could do that. But
yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, it would be cool. They have cool stories like Adam Bricker, who's super talented. One of his latest things was Little Dicky's Earth music
Oh,
video.
yeah.
That intro where the
Yeah.
kids he was the DP behind
Oh,
it.
really?
So he's
Yeah.
quite accomplished. So it'd be cool to hear his
Yeah, that'd
stories
be-
and stuff.
Awesome. Love to hear about that.
Yeah.
Big
yeah.
Little Dicky fan.
yeah, big time. Have you seen his new show?
No, I
on Hulu?
haven't. We don't have Hulu.
Fuck.
I need to get Hulu.
You tell Fry to get you Hulu,
I'm
bro.
Colby now.
Oh, that's
Living
right.
with
That's
Colby.
right. I forget.
Cheap ass.
Yeah.
I hope he watches this. Fucking cheap ass Colby.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Colby doesn't have Hulu. He's always
Yeah.
watching something.
I know, man. I think he used to, but I don't know.
I think with the
I gotta
commercial,
save that $12.99. You know?
with the commercial package, it's like $5.
Yeah.
Which-
fuck, I might just get it because I really want to watch that show. I heard it's great.
Dude, I've watched at least the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it's pretty
Yeah,
dang
it's
good.
already been renewed for a 2nd
Mhm,
season.
mhm.
So
It
That's
has
pretty
like
impressive.
a flow of a narrative story, like an arcing story, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not quite like it jumps around a little bit. But he's hilarious.
yeah,
His character,
That's originally why he got into rap, is he wanted to be a comedian.
he did.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He wanted to
thought
be a
it would-
comedian?
Yeah, he thought it'd help it being a comedian and an actor. So he
Really?
got to rap, and then he realized he was fucking pretty good at rapping.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
He is a good rapper. Like he's
Yo,
a
yeah.
great musician.
Yeah. And he's got that I mean, he does the comedy rap, so
Mhm.
he's got the free flow to just do whatever he wants. He's not stuck in like
Right.
a certain genre of rap.
Right.
Like he doesn't do gangster rap
Right.
and has to do that for his whole career. He can
Right.
just make anything he wants as long as it's dope.
Yeah, that's true. Like some guys just get stuck in the hardcore gangster.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, or get
50
stuck,
Cent is
yeah.
not going to rap about sucking dicks.
No,
You know?
no, he's not gonna rap about fucking, the brain talking to
Oh,
some
yeah,
girl
brain
in
got
the
a
bed.
peep,
Yeah, you're not gonna hear 50 Cent do that. He's
No.
gonna talk about,
Got shot 9 times.
yeah, he
You know?
used to sell crack,
Yeah.
shit like that.
He just can't be goofy. Which
No. But he is a goofy guy, 50 Cent. If you ever watch
It
interviews,
is.
he's a funny, goofy guy.
Mhm.
But you can't rap like that if once
Right.
you get stuck in a certain, 5 albums you've done that. You can't just change now.
Right, you're like-
People will be like, no, I don't know.
then they can't take you serious. Like your street cred,
Right.
it doesn't go down. It just changes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, so what happened to that first 5 albums? Like, you're not that hard anymore. You're just kicking back, taking it easy now.
right. That's one thing I always appreciated about Eminem was he was pretty self-deprecating in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, but at the same time he had the balance of like he's pretty hardcore too.
Yeah, yeah.
He killed his wife on the album. you
Dude,
know?
he had an entire track dedicated to
Yeah.
killing his wife. I
Yeah.
mean,
And then he put his remember Haley wakes up during the song
Yeah.
as a baby. He's like, "Go back to sleep, hey. Mommy's just sleeping." Dude,
yeah,
a wild
drives her to the lake.
that's a wild track. But he had the goofy ones too, like
Ass like
as-
that.
yeah, as like that. As the world turns, remember he gets the fat lesbian girl engulfs him or whatever. Like, yeah, he could get away with that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. But at the same, he had those goofy tracks, but then he had like the real, like heartfelt, fucking
Right,
pull at your heartstrings kind of tracks.
right.
And so like he was real good at, I don't know, switching back and forth. Like it was, what he wanted. He had 2 different personas. He had Slim Shady, which did the crazy,
that's
funny
right.
raps, and then he had Eminem, who did
Right.
the more serious. Then you get into the even, more heartfelt tracks, and like his newer stuff, you get Marshall Mathers. you know?
Right.
So it's kind of like 3 different people just all rolled into one. And it's,
Yeah.
like he's had an awesome career. Like I'm a huge fan,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he has influenced our generation. you
Oh
know.
yeah, I spent my entire life growing up with
Oh, yeah.
listening to Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
One of the first CDs I had as a kid. I mean, probably shouldn't be one of the first
Right.
CDs you have as a kid, but yeah,
Right.
the Marshall Mathers LP. Walking around at 9 years old.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember I was in 3rd grade and everybody had like a group, and NSYNC was in 98 Degrees. Britney Spears was getting big, right? Everybody had this group, and I remember as gay as this sounds, I had a cassette tape of Britney Spears.
Oh yeah,
And I thought she
used
was
to listen to
fucking-
Britney Spears.
I mean, she's talented, right? And the songs are catchy, so Easy.
I used to have a bicycle that I put Britney Spears stickers
No.
on. Oh yeah, bro.
See, and guys like us, and a lot of people out there, we just didn't have the option. Like we
No,
just had like 3 choices, and we're like, none of these flavors really work, but they're tasty.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm gonna Slim Shady on this shit, and we're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what
is this?
Fuck is this? Dude?
Opened up a whole new door of music for you.
Yeah, it's totally.
You used to listen to what your parents listened to, and then you caught
Yeah.
that on the radio on accident.
Yes.
And it was like, what is that? I need more of that now.
Absolutely. Like Without Me, I remember hearing that on the radio for the first time. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Play it again. I call the radio station.
Hey,
you remember you could request songs?
Dude, I was thinking about that the other day. I was just driving through town, and I was like, whatever happened to like Total Request Hour?
Yes.
You call in, you hear it like, all right, listen, and you might hear your song if you stay in the car for the next hour.
Right. and which was cool, and I haven't been thinking about this, but it was cool because it kind of motivated you to continue listening.
Yeah. It
you're
was
like, man, maybe my
great
song
way
will
to
work."
keep fucking ears on the radio stations. Just get those, what are they called? I don't know.
Oh, the charts?
Ratings up. You know, keep the ratings
listeners,
up on the
whatever.
listeners. Yeah.
It was cool though, like especially when a song was hot and the guy would come on, the DJ would come on and be like, I don't know, like Nelly Country Grammar or something.
Yeah.
It's like, 100 people have requested this in the past hour, and you're like, I'm one of those.
I'm one of those 100 people.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you kind of feel like, all right, me and 99 other people out
wanted
there
to hear this
Yeah.
song right now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I know radio's dead. It's it's dead.
And what is on the radio is not that. There's way better music out there than what's on the radio
for free or a small price. you know?
Yeah.
And there's no commercials. There's no like, and now for the weather.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to that.
No. I mean, like Kim Craddock in the morning, and there was, what was the other one? Kim Craddock came after in this area.
Bob and Tom.
Howie and Bubba. Howie and Bubba. Which that was kind of
morning,
like one of the first talk shows that I would listen to. That was like pre-podcast.
I used to. People listen to 92.5 at work all the time,
Really?
so I got to listening to Kid Craddock in the morning. It's not bad, but it's like you could listen to so much more productive. If you're going to sit around and listen to people talk for 4 hours,
Exactly.
you can listen to more productive things than celebrity news.
Right.
Just filling your head with just random shit that don't matter to a normal person in everyday life. Like, I don't care if Brad Pitt got divorced. That doesn't affect me.
Right.
Why do I got to hear about it for 4 hours?
Right.
No.
All the details. And
Give me something that I can absorb and say, yeah, that was a great story. That I learned something. You know?
Right.
4
Which is
hours of just turning my brain to mush.
Which is what most podcasts can do.
Yeah.
They have that potential of saying, like, I don't know, like a Radio Lab, or I listen to like Sam Harris. I think his guests are really good. Jordan Peterson, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't dove deep into the podcast realms. No, I listen to them here and there. I'm more of a music guy. I listen to music every day at work, 10 hours a day. Like I can't go a day without music, but here and there I'll slip in some podcasts. I listen to like Joe here and there when guests is interesting to me, or listen to a lot of Theo this past weekend. Dude, he's so funny. The way he puts words together, he's got his own language.
Yes.
It's just funny, like especially the ones that are just himself. It's like listen to him talk to himself for 2 hours is hilarious.
He has a talent for putting away. It's like they have different flavors. Like what he's saying, but you're still like you're still taking it in. You're like
I would have never thought to have said that that way.
Yes, the way he puts things together. Because I'm trying to think of a time or something that I've heard, but I can't mimic him, dude.
He hits them, and you're like, yeah, that was a hitter, bro.
Yeah,
as he says.
It's almost like some sort of like Louisiana redneck. Twang or something that allows him to put them worse. It's like that's like I can't even do it. I'm trying to think of what to say.
Just the way he compares things to just off the wall shit, man. Yeah, it keeps your attention. You're like just waiting to see what he says next. Like
what his opinion is on something, which is the same with Bill Burr. Bill Burr just literally rants.
Yeah.
So he has like a list of things and then gets going.
Here we go.
Yeah. And he's got the perfect rant voice, So
right. Yeah. He can go off on a tangent and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to this.
It actually fires you up. It's
Yeah, and you're
really
like,
weird.
You're fucking right.
Yeah. I haven't thought about it like that. Yeah, the world of podcasts is as big and dense as the world of music anymore, you know.
Yeah, there's a podcast for everything.
Everything, dude.
In anything. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Two people sitting around talking like us about whatever, and you know, all of a sudden it turns into a big show that millions of people tune in. Yeah, it's just as big as music.
Or a show that turns into 10,000 followers, you know. Like those, I guess you'd call them like, I don't know if you'd call them cult followings, but you like have a cult following or just a like indie podcast. Like a lot of shows turn into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be industry specific. Like if it's like two hackers, you know, like I listen to a hacker podcast.
Oh yeah.
Not many, or I guess it'd be like a computing podcast. Not many people listen to that, but like the computing people do.
Right. The group that does listen to that, they appreciate it. They tune in every episode.
Right. It turns into like it creates like it's not pseudo celebrity. It creates these spin-off celebrities. Like there's no more Brad Pitts
personalities
that exist only to the followers of that industry.
Yeah, I listen to reaction channels.
Okay.
Like music reaction, like
dude, either you were telling me about that or Alex Hill was telling me about that.
I don't know. I know I've told a couple people, like I've told Casey, I made Casey watch some. But there's some about, I watched this one guy, he's called No Life Shack, and whenever I started following him, which was last year, he had just celebrated 150,000 subs on YouTube, and just I think 2 weeks ago he was talking about almost being at 2 million.
Oh shit!
Yeah, his page is just blown up. But dude, he's great. There's something about watching somebody react to a song the same exact way you did, and just like especially like he does a lot of rap music, and that's what I mostly listen to, but he's done country and rock and stuff like that. But you listen to the rap music, you know, you see your favorite artist, he reacts to Eminem for the first time, you know, this song for the first time, and you wait for him because you've heard the song and you've heard the bars that you've heard, and the punchlines that you thought were funny, and the ones that made you just react so wildly, and you're like, all right, what'd you think about this? So you watch him, and you know he freaks out about the same shit you do, so you can't help but to laugh, and it's just awesome to like share that same experience, you know, with somebody enjoying the same song without, you know, whenever somebody else doesn't experience music that same way. Like you just know there's people out there that feel the punchlines and the bars or the song just as hard as you do and react the same way, get hyped about it, stand up, jump around like, oh yeah, fucking that was awesome. And it's like he's just so animated, and it's awesome.
That's very interesting. It also like confirms your suspicion of like music.
Right,
you know, okay, I reacted correctly. You know, like I wasn't freaking out at the wrong line.
No, like they caught the same thing. Exactly. They thought the same way. And it's like,
and if you admire him like you do, then it makes you feel good. Like, okay, I'm on the right track, or he's on the right track.
Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah,
somebody's there.
Yeah, there's another guy. I listen to a couple of react channels for music, and it's some of my favorite stuff to watch.
I think it was Alex Hill actually that was telling me about that, about reaction shows. He was saying that he liked the idea of, because sometimes they'll break them down a little bit further. Yeah. And then you get to learn.
Like you'll listen to a 4-minute song, but the video will be like anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes because he'll pause it, talk about the bar, talk about the melody, talk about, you know, what his interpretation of the song is, and then keep going. Pause it whenever you hear something good or what you think. Yeah. So it's really, if you want the song broken down a little bit more, see if people interpret the song the same way you do, you know, so you don't think you're just like, oh, I was way fucking off. I don't know shit.
Right.
All right, so we think the same. And it's like, and when you got somebody with 2 million subscribers that thinks the same way you do, and you're like, all right, maybe I do know a little bit about this music thing.
Exactly. It's reaction videos. Like, if you would have told me that 20 years ago,
been like, get the fuck out of here.
I know, like, what? I just set up a camera and you just see my facial expressions, and I'll make my living that way.
Like no
reaction videos to, well, porn's a huge one, you know, like
playing
it in front of like your grandma or something. The 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I mean, how many reaction videos? I mean, the reaction video was obviously way better than the actual video.
Yo, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, the scare videos, those are great. Where you're, doing that. Remember
Dude, the little maze.
Yes, the maze one, dude. That one was good.
Dude, the first one I think that ever got me was the van going around the big, long curve. And you told somebody, like, wait, the van's going to fly or something. It gets around these trees and these curves, and then bam, face right at you.
I don't remember
You're real
that
close into the screen. You're like, no, there's not. Whoa.
Yeah. It's unbelievable that it works. There was a video
So
the other
well.
day I saw of a snake. You remember the snake? It's super
Just laying
long.
there
Yeah,
against
it's like,
the
check
shed.
this snake out. And then it gets to the head and it strikes.
Boom.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Ain't nothing make you feel more stupid than flinching at a computer screen.
Which I
like the baseballs flying past somebody, and you're like, ah,
damn it. I make fun of have you heard the story, like one of the first cinemas ever, way back in the 1900s? Remember they played the train?
Yeah.
And like the train is coming towards the camera, and people in the cinema were like,
oh, no, we gotta go.
and I'm like, what dumb idiots. And then I flinch at a snake bite at a damn phone,
Watching through my phone.
Yeah, I've never been hit through anything with my phone.
No.
So why am I flinching? But it still gets you.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. I mean, and then you'll see the upper level of that, like the virtual reality. Have you seen some of those? Where people fall over, run into walls.
Right, the people that are like on the balance beams, like they're on the fucking top of a building or something, they fall and they're scream.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
like that fast you're disconnected from
Yeah.
reality, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fast and how much a screen will grab our attention nowadays.
Especially,
You don't even have to be VR.
Have you had them on your face before?
No, I haven't actually used a
bro.
big VR set.
When, because you can put your phone in one, right?
yeah.
But you can see the edges. So you kind of know, like,
Right.
But when you have the goggles on and your mind's like, all right, where are the edges? It can't find them.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, all right, this is our world.
Yeah.
It's a game changer, dude.
And they used to tell us, don't sit too close to the TV. It'll burn your eyes
Strapping
out.
our...
Putting the screen 2 inches from our face
Right.
to be in virtual reality.
Oh, dude. I saw a great one the other day where a guy was playing a zombie game. And on the TV, the people in the living room can see what he is seeing. And I think they can see more
Yeah.
than what...
He's got the...
Yeah.
In front of him, they got the entire spectrum.
Somehow, because the dad's like, turn around, Kevin. And he turns around and he goes, ho, ho! And I don't know what it was, but he swings, because he got the controllers, and he swings, and then he like loses his balance as he swings because he's leaning forward, and he crashes into the wall, like into the living room, dude. And it's just, I mean, zombies are scary, but they're just pixelated zombies.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And we can't handle it. So when we get to that next level of like photorealism, which they're there, just got to get the machines powerful enough to be able to the images come through the helmets or whatever. But oh god,
yeah, man,
oh god, bro,
shit's crazy.
I'm ready for it. So, and what's interesting is that as that technology increases, suddenly we're in a pandemic where we can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
and
can't do anything.
Well, yeah, you've been going to work.
Yeah, I've
right?
been working the whole fucking time.
Right.
Shut down.
Essential.
Could have made more on unemployment.
that just doesn't make sense to me,
man.
dude.
Like, yeah, you guys still get to work, so that's your benefit. But if you did get out of work, here's $600 extra a week.
Yeah.
On top of the percentage you get from unemployment.
Right.
Like, what?
Everyone I've talked to that's on unemployment said, like, I'm making more on unemployment.
That's not right.
No, it's not right.
That doesn't make
Where's
any
the
sense.
incentive in that?
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's a wild time, and I know people probably are. We're all saturated in it, so whatever, it's my show, we can talk about whatever we want. Yeah, it's weird, and we said about it earlier that like money is so fake, and dude, if there's ever been a time where that statement is more true, it is right now when they're like $6 trillion out of nowhere.
Right, yeah, like, hey, here's free money, even though we're trillions of dollars in deficit in debt.
Right.
Here's free money that we conjured up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because you can just print it with no value. And now what do we got? Who are we in debt to?
I know, I thought about that too.
Like the world debt is so many trillions of dollars.
Right.
Like, to who?
Yeah. Like, how could we get out of it? Like, if we really sat down, we're gonna be like a responsible country, and like this is gonna be our payment plan. Like, who are we paying?
Who are we paying?
Who
Like,
the fuck are we paying?
we borrow money from China and this and that. Where'd they get their money from?
Yeah.
Well, they borrowed it from here and
Yeah.
here. They conquered this land and got these riches. Like, what?
Whoa, whoa, yeah. And it's crazy because being into Bitcoin and everything, I've thought about it a lot, but it wasn't really true. It was kind of hard to confirm.
Yeah.
But when like, by the way, we just printed $6 trillion, which the T word is crazy.
Even
That's like what a kid's
fathom
like.
that number.
It's like what a 3-year-old's like. A twillion? There was a twillion squirrels outside. It's like,
Okay.
holy shit. yeah, dude, it's unbelievable. Did you read the article that Casey found on the ABC? I think it's called the ABC Act, and they were gonna make, dude. There's a whole bunch of stimulus packages out there, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Democrats are putting some, Republicans
$2,000 a month.
Yeah,
for the
I've
rest of the
seen
year.
$6,000.
$6,000.
I've
seen essential workers could get $13 an hour raise on their pay for the rest of the year.
No shit.
If Democrats can pass this bill.
Yeah, huh? I mean, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, there's all kinds of.
Today's Friday, right? They were supposed to vote today, so maybe we'll know. But one of them was that Casey found is called the ABC Act, something like that. Dude, it made no fucking sense. What they were going to do, here, I'll just look it up.
Yeah.
But basically what they were going to do is they were going to fashion themselves 2 $1 trillion tokens. Yeah.
Tokens?
Yeah, like coins, dude. Like they were going to have these.
1 trillion?
Yeah, like coins that said $1 trillion. Let's see, $1 trillion coin. And they were gonna do 2 of them. Yeah. There's a whole video on it. Let's see, $1 trillion coin. Yeah, here it is.
Can $1 trillion coins cover the coronavirus?
Yeah, relief tab. It's not a bad idea. I don't know. I'd have to read about it, but let's see if I can find. Damn it! Get out of here. Get
fucking ads.
Yeah. Geez, should be using the Brave browser. Let's see. Debt clocks. I'm just gonna type in ABC relief. Uh-oh. Still good?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if the listeners can hear it. It's like some weird feedback.
Yeah, I heard an echo.
Notice of regulatory relief. That's the beverage.
ABC relief.
There's so much shit out here, dude. I don't even know.
Internet's full of just bullshit.
Anyway, I'll try to break it down, kind of what it was saying. But basically, it was what Casey was telling me is that they were gonna create these $2 trillion coins. Like they were gonna be coins.
Yeah.
And I kind of picture them like the chocolate.
Kind of looking like one of them Bitcoins. Right
Yeah,
there.
but I always pictured it like plate side, like a plate.
Yeah, dinner plate.
Yeah.
1 trillion U.S. coins.
And they were gonna use that to borrow from and then pay the people through that or something. Somehow they were going to print these $2 trillion plate-sized coins. That's what my mind.
Hand them out to somebody to
They
get
were
$1
going to
trillion.
like put them on the wall. They were going to put them in a reserve or something. And fuck, I don't know. Dude.
So they just have $1 trillion value out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess they were going to work similar to U.S. bonds or something.
Huh.
So that like maybe China would be like, we'll buy a coin. I don't know, dude. I don't get it. But it was Casey was trying to explain it. It was the first time Casey sent me like Casey doesn't send exclamation marks in his messages.
Right.
He's very
pretty straightforward.
He sent me this with the link. He goes, "Money is fake," with like 4 or 5 exclamation marks. Dude.
You won't believe this when you read it.
I was like, "What are you talking about?" And yeah, it was wild. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen or what. I mean, I can barely figure out what's going on. Let alone what's gonna happen.
I've given up trying to follow everything that's been going on the last couple of months.
Yeah.
How American is that? Oh, I'm bored with coronavirus. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I'm back on track to my real life. Pandemic. What is that? I wasn't in a pandemic.
All right, done with the pandemic.
Yeah, over this.
Yeah.
Done with the woods. Let's go.
God, that's such a good movie. Yeah, and and I definitely fall into that camp some days where I'm just like, mask. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not social distance. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Yeah, right.
All the hard work we've done to
I have worn 0 masks since this has started. I haven't put gloves on. I wash my hands like a normal human being. Nothing's changed there.
Right. I like the masks. I really do, because one, they keep people away from me.
Yeah, they automatically assume like, oh, this guy might or might not.
Well, he's taking them a little more serious than I am.
Yeah.
But and then people just don't recognize me. Like, I'll be at 7th Street Walmart, sorry, and I'll have my mask on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know you, but they don't know me,
Right, yeah. Out of here.
Yeah.
You didn't see me.
Yeah, but they are kind of a pain in the ass.
No, I've adhered to the 6 feet, I do all that stuff, and I go down when I'm at Walmart. I go down the right way of the aisles. They got painted now.
Right.
Whatever. Anything to make it easier. I'm not trying to cause a fucking problem.
Yeah. I think, and that's where you have to think about it. It's like, how much is this really discouraging me from living my life? Like, I can, you got some, like, rules in place? Okay.
Right, yeah.
Makes things go a little smoother? Okay, fine.
Tell you what I didn't miss? It was all the non-essential traffic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because when I went to work and coming home from lunch, there'd be just the people at work, and then now like the last week or so, it's kind of opened back up, and it's like, man, where did all these fucking cars? What are you guys doing? You guys weren't doing nothing before. Go back home and do that.
No, just keep doing that.
Or give us an essential worker lane, like a carpool lane.
Yeah.
Just like if you were an essential worker in the 2020 pandemic, apply for your card and you can drive in this lane.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Because, most people are just lollygagging around. They're like, we got a stimulus check. We can go to Home Depot.
Let me get a TV.
Yeah, right.
I paid bills with my stimulus check.
Like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to be productive here.
I'm not on unemployment with a $600 a week bonus.
It's crazy. It's wild, man. A lot of people.
Not to knock those people.
No.
They're not the enemy.
No, I'm just.
The government's the enemy. They're the ones that are, I don't know, unprepared as they've been.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. And it's like both sides, they're just like pointing fingers, and at the same time they're cutting these huge bailout plans for their buddies, and then
corporations
did you see Trevor
killing it right now.
Oh, did you see Trevor's meme that he shared the other day?
Probably.
There's this huge water pipe, and it's going
oh yeah,
right
dumping into the corporation now. Than
there's a little tiny drop of the people
working citizens getting just droplets.
And then I felt terrible because Wes Randall commented, he's like, that drop missed me, and I was like, oh fuck, because so many people. Did you get your stimulus check?
Yeah, I finally got it. Got it in the mail. Had old Donald J. Trump's name on it, like he was the one that gave me $1,200.
Like he had a big part in that.
Yeah, great re-election plan.
Yeah, right.
We know better.
Literally buying your vote,
Yeah. Hey, I gave you that $1,200. Remember?
You were for hard times. I'm doing like a weird Obama Clinton thing. I don't know how to do Trump. But anyway, a lot of people haven't got their stimulus check.
No, it's still a nightmare.
And we're almost on the second round. Like whatever they're voting on. So there probably most likely will be a second round because they printed that $6 trillion. But they didn't use it all.
Right.
So there's like a huge chunk of it left. And so there's probably going to be another round. It just depends on what they choose to do with it. God, there are several packages that that I was reading. I'm like, man, that was the one to pass. God, dude.
I'm getting my life on track now. I've done a lot better than I have in the last 10 years. Okay,
right.
Well, 8 years since I turned 18. Like, went down some paths that were not well, and now finally at 26 I'm like, I'm starting to do good. I'm fucking got my head on straight.
Which is hilarious because it only took a pandemic.
Pandemic, and then I'm like, I gotta get shit taken care of because I was not prepared for anything.
But that's good. I think that's good. It could be a lot worse. You could be ignorant and just keep it like, I can't wait to get back to the ball. But you took time to reflect and say,
sit back and think like, man, do I really need to be doing all this? I need to get this paid for and this paid for. I gotta get a life, a hold of my life. I want to be able to live stress free for once.
Right. Have a little bit of a foundation. Because so we can talk about this because I think it's great. you posted this thing on Instagram, I believe, and you said something about since the pandemic started, I haven't.
I was on Twitter.
Or on Twitter, I haven't been spending a ton of money at Whiskey Dicks.
Yeah.
Or the bars.
It made me realize how unnecessary it was.
Right. And so then you kind of went on and said, like, I'm going to start this meal plan and I'm going to start working out.
Yeah, what had happened is, so I had realized, like, my work shirts were getting tighter. And I was like, oh, my work shirt shrunk. And then I stopped and looked in the mirror one day. I was like, no, buddy, those work shirts haven't shrunk. So I was like, okay, well, I need to get on a meal plan. I need to do this and this. And so I sat down and wrote some stuff out, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to it. I did that for a week. I'll get to it. I'll start that. Don't worry, I'll start it. That Monday rolled around. Found an excuse to have some Mexican for dinner. I was like, I'll get to it.
Right.
So that next day, I went to work, and I walked back to our heat treat area where we have a big industrial scale where we weigh parts and stuff. And I stepped on that thing. Now, before this, the heaviest I had ever been was 384 pounds. And I got down to about 340 when I was right around the time I was living with Jacob. I was about 340, 350. So I stepped on the scale after about 4 months of not eating right or being on a scale or just doing whatever I want. And I watched that scale go up, went up past 380, and it hit 405. And I said, wait a second. I stepped off the scale and I reset it. I was like, no, this can't be right. Step back on there, it was 405, and I was like, okay,
shit,
it's over. I said, there's no tomorrow. It's today. So as soon as I got off work, I immediately drove to the grocery store, bought just vegetables, meats, everything kind of keto wise. Right. I was like, today's the day. Yeah. The buck stops here. That's what they say. You know? So, yeah, I've been doing that for, I think today's day 18.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And so I saw that tweet. And you didn't go into that much detail. No. You just said, like, I'm gonna do this. And I read that and I was like, wow, that's badass. So then I messaged you, and I was curious, like, what's your actual, like, aim, like, how? And you sent me this awesome.
Oh yeah, I had broken down
12 point thing of rules, outlines, goals, all kinds of stuff. And as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, he's good. Yeah, he's fucking good. It wasn't like to lose weight, to be more disciplined. It was so detailed and so outlined. Like one of them was, I won't have alcohol for 30 days.
Yeah, I broke that rule.
Sorry.
I had a single glass of bullet bourbon with Casey on his birthday on Monday.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
No, it was his birthday.
And that's the thing is you start with, you just start with your first draft. And your first draft was the outline and those rules and stuff. Right, yeah. And then you move forward and then you kind of adjust it. Now that's where you have to be careful and disciplined to say, am I adjusting this because, I want to look.
Right. I need something for me.
Exactly. Or is it making it better? Right, yeah. And a glass with Casey
have the personal satisfaction to enjoy anything. Like, if I was to just do this diet, cut all that shit out, I wouldn't enjoy it. I'd be like, well, this is fucking miserable. I can go back to doing whatever I want and enjoy whatever I want. But it's like, when you have those little things you can enjoy still. Right. It makes it easier to keep the ball rolling, keep the process going.
Right. You can't and you don't want to do too many changes at once.
No, yeah.
You start waking up early, change your diet. That's great. But what's going to happen is that you're going to pull that rubber band so tight, it's going to pull you back. Yeah. It's like, just slowly pull it back.
Right.
Slowly make those changes. Yeah. I've made that mistake before.
Yeah.
I've definitely done that. And the stress just builds up, and you're like, "Whoa, that's too much."
Over it.
Yeah. Unless you have some sort of jocko following you around. Just go slow.
I've been listening to. I haven't listened to like full podcasts, but I'll listen to like the question section. Like the first week or so, like I was like, yeah, let's listen to some jocko, because I was never like, I like his podcast. Right. Like Casey showed him to the first time, and I was like, nah, he's not for me. But then it's like the first one I listened to was about, having discipline. And he says, there was a guy that wrote in, and he had talked about, he was undisciplined, hasn't had discipline in a long time, but his parents never raised him to be disciplined, blah, blah, blah. Jocko said, that's an excuse. So your parents didn't have to raise you to be disciplined.
Right.
Discipline comes from within. I was like, okay. So it's no one else's fault, that I'm not disciplined, that I'm not doing things the way I should be to have the lifestyle I want. That's on me. So I kind of reflected on that. I was like, all right, so I gotta take ownership for my stuff. You know, I'm this way because I made me this way, not because my parents gave me sweets when I was younger. It's because when I got older, I kept eating sweets.
Yeah, right. Because
it's not their fault. It's your fault. It's nobody else's fault.
You could blame whoever you want. Yeah. But if you don't blame yourself, there's probably not any change because you just keep giving away the blame. And
that's not my fault. Yeah, I'm this way because of this.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. I love discipline and Jocko. I was gonna. I had something. I can't remember where I was going with that. That's what I was gonna say is, I'll think about this a lot where it was like, man, if I just had like a personal chef, then I would eat clean all the time.
You are your own personal chef.
That's what it came down to. Is you, motherfucker.
You're your personal chef.
Man, I wish I had
for you.
Yeah, I was like, man, I wish I had someone just to follow me around and like tell me what to do. Like, you need to write 3 hours a day, or you should be working out tonight at 5. Like, make sure that's it. Yeah. And it's like, it's you. You can tell
you
yourself.
are responsible for that.
Dude. I know. I hated it and loved it all at the same time. Yeah, dude.
And that's been one of the hardest pills to swallow. Is like, you're the one that has to tell yourself like, you have to go walking, you have to do this workout because of the goals that you set for yourself. So you are responsible for this. Right. And now I've done so much. I made an Instagram page, like, I'd be really embarrassed if I quit now.
Yeah. That's surely have helped, right?
Yeah, I took advantage of the modern day dopamine hits from the likes.
Hell yeah.
So when I get the likes, it's like, oh, yes.
Dude.
People comment on there. I'm like, yes, keep feeding my ego.
Right. It's good. It's in a good way, though.
Yeah, in a good way. It's like, yes, please keep encouraging me. Let me know that, like, people out there support you. Because, when you just do it and you do it by yourself and it's boring, you get old. And it's like, man, whatever.
Right.
But when you got so many people behind you saying, hey, man, you can do it. People saying, you've inspired me to do this, eat cleaner. It's like, man, I can't give up now. Right. I have to keep the only direction is forward.
You become an inspiration. Yeah, I was going to say is like sometimes I'll see your post and then I reflect on my day and I'm like, did I win today? Or because Devon fucking won. Did you win? And so it kind of like straightens me up, that just one little post, it's usually your food. Yeah. It's usually your sweaty face and your
sweaty
food.
face after a workout and some food.
But it pumps me up, dude, because it's like, damn, okay, he made a decision. Like, I can do that too.
Yeah.
It's like somebody that I know. It's the same reason that when people, specifically in this area, are doing something creatively or entrepreneurial, like, I'll support it no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's like I know the suffering that comes along with that. Because I do
work, a lot of long hours.
Yes, but if you are a person that has a goal or a dream to have a business or a product or a new lifestyle, like, dude, I'm so behind you because I fucking know how it is out there.
And it is much appreciated.
Yeah, because dude, entrepreneurship is a vast wasteland of suffering. But there are a lot
of hardships before the wins.
A lot of hardship before the wins. The wins are very, very sweet.
Worth it.
And very worth it.
Man, you got to make it through those tough times.
The price is high. The price is high. So I try to offer. That's why, people come on the podcast. I'm like, listen. Like, Darren came on the podcast, and he has 3 companies. He has a little hunting company and a baseball recruiting company. I'm like, talk about them, dude. Talk about them. Yeah. Whatever you can, whatever I can do to help to like promote you for free, free.
For free.
This will go out forever. Yeah, I'm totally about it. Same with like Joe, my buddy from jiu-jitsu, personal trainer. Like, his overarching goal is to have his own gym, like his own workout gym, right, with some jiu-jitsu and some kettlebells and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'll do whatever you need. You want videos to promote your personal training? Dude, you want media? I mean, I'm offering up my skills because I can't be like, I'll come train with you, because I'm not a personal trainer, but like I can take photos of you, I can do multimedia stuff.
Get you out there and have the tools to put you out there.
Right. Yeah. Just because like I know that feeling. I know what you have. Yep. I know. I don't want to own a gym, but I know that feeling of wanting something.
To accomplish something, a big goal.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, iron sharpens iron. So guys like you who are like, no. Buck stops here. I'm changing my life. It's like, I want more of them.
Right, yeah.
Because I don't, as much as I wouldn't mind you coming over and being like, hey, I got bourbon.
Right, yeah. Trust me, I wanted to today. I thought about it. I was like, no, you got to keep going.
Right.
You had that one drink. Memorial Day is coming up. Save it for Memorial Day.
There you go. So your rule is 30 days and no drinks, right? Just to like detox a little bit?
Yeah, well, I figured alcohol, man, it makes you hold a lot more water and just, overall, as much as I drink normally on the weekends, it's not that healthy.
Right.
I don't think you should drink a fifth of bourbon on a Friday night, Sometimes you need to.
Yeah.
But no, that's usually the usual on a weekend.
Really?
Fifth, yeah, on one night.
You just drinking it straight or?
Most of the times it was Diet Coke, always the mixer. So hey, healthy choice there.
Right. That's how I feel when I do a Red Bull vodka. I'm like sugar free.
No, I'll drink bourbon with water. I'm not a really big straight up on the rocks guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it, but I'd rather have a little bit of buffer there.
Yeah. Of all the drinks, they say bourbon and like scotch, those like heavier aged drinks they're not great, but they're all right.
They're not bad.
Yeah. I've read some articles about bourbon specifically, whiskey bourbon, being good for gut biome.
Oh yeah.
On a certain level, I don't know if a fifth
overload.
I don't know about a fifth.
Probably shouldn't be drinking a fifth. That does a little bit more harm to your body than good. I imagine.
The gut biome's like, come on, bring it. Whoa.
Hey, no, whoa. That was too much, bud. You fucked up.
But there's a lot of studies on that, especially with wine. People say like red wine, which it's all about moderation and knowing your own body. Like, can you handle it? Can you not handle it?
Yeah.
Some guys can handle 2 glasses, 3, 4. Some guys can handle. People can handle a whole bottle. That's great. Some people can't hold one glass. You just got to be able to know what is your measurement on that or whatever. I know guys that go to strip clubs that can handle that shit and then go home and be fine.
Right, yeah.
And then I know guys that need to stay the fuck away.
No, shouldn't be at a strip club, bro.
I'm just playing, bro.
I showed Casey. Me and Casey went to the strip club. I think it was last year. I don't think
pre-COVID. It better been.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID. I don't think he had ever been, is what he said. I might be wrong on that, Casey.
Nah, he went. He went with me to one in New Orleans, but it wasn't the full experience.
Okay, so this might have been the first time he said on Perv Row.
Oh yeah,
I made him get some lap dances. And yeah, he took to it real fast.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I was like, dude, it's not a bad time. I mean, strip clubs get a bad rap, but is it really a bad time?
So my only experience with him, we went to one in New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and that was interesting. It was very packed, and we were 2 poor boys, white boys. So we had no money. Like, I remember one at Casey's stripper. I had one sitting on my lap, and then one was like all over Casey. Dude, she took him by the hand and drug him to the ATM.
No. I've been sitting on your lap. Yeah. You're going to pay me.
She goes, yes, dude. She's like, how about a private dance? And he's like, I can hear this, And she's like, no. And he's like, come on, how about a private dance? She's like, private dance, let's go. And so she kind of just starts taking him. And I'm like, good luck, dude, whatever. And I watch, they go to the corner to the ATM. And he goes, no. Because he wanted, it was Super Bowl weekend, so their prices were.
Oh yeah,
it was. I don't know what the normal is, but
unreal.
It was like $100 or something.
Yeah,
it was
for one song.
Up there. Yeah, it was way up there.
Yeah.
And he came by where I was sitting. He's like, I'm going outside.
I'm getting the fuck out of this place.
We didn't really have the full experience or whatever.
Yeah,
but
no, more expensive places like that is not worth it.
Well, and it was our first time too.
Yeah,
it was like, this will be cool. You and me, we'll both go in there as brothers.
It's cool for a minute.
I mean, yeah, well, it was cool. We just like sat back and watched the dance, which was fine. It was like, okay, but it was also Bourbon Street, so it's like there's so much more to do. So like, this is cool.
But there's a whole other world out there.
Yeah. But
so much more to do.
Oh God, especially Super Bowl weekend. But I've done the Body Shop social videos 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit. So shout out Tammy Smith. After we shoot the video, we get like a little bar tab going. Like she's like the first time caught me off guard. We got done finishing shooting the videos. It was like, this is awesome.
Right.
Best job ever.
Bad gig.
And I'm like, well, I better head home. And she goes, why don't you stay? And I was like, all right. You know, she opened a beer. I had that beer, and I was like, well, I better get going. She's like, and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, okay.
Yeah. And so then the night starts amping up, and people start showing up, and dancers and stuff. So then I kind of like got into a corner of the shop, body shop, and just like kind of observed, like, okay, this
See what's going on.
This ecosystem of Homo sapiens, you know, like what's the hierarchy, you know, like there's matriarchs and there's alphas, and it's very interesting. And
the different characters that come into a strip club too, they range.
Yeah.
I was at the body. I used to go quite a bit.
Body shop's nice. I mean,
yeah, it's
girls
pretty
are good.
Yeah. I used to go down there quite a bit, and dude, there was one time there was what are they? They're not Amish, but Mennonites in there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, they were getting down. I seen some old guys in there.
That's crazy.
Just, you know, guys that are like, oh yeah, I come here because well, this is the best I can get, and then guys that are like trying to take the strippers home. Like, no, man, they just want your money.
Yeah, totally.
You think you can take them home, but that's their job.
Yeah, if you think that you can take them home, they've won.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've totally fucking won.
If you'll spend any amount of money because you think they're going to take you, that they're going to come home with you, then they've done their job. They've done it well.
Yep. Like,
and then whenever you leave here tonight, it's going to be by yourself and broke.
Yeah, that's when you know you have good strippers.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing for me was the what would you call it? Like the rules of the strip club.
Yeah.
That to me, because I was like, how do I act? Like, you know, part of you is like, can I jerk off?
Can I whip it out?
Like that's the ape in you. Like, God damn. But
I gotta wait.
Do I have to like raise my hand? You know, like, what is this? What are the rules? Like, what can you do? And it was interesting the 3 or 4 times that I've been there to film and like kind of hear. First off, I got to hear Tammy talk to the girls. The speeches that she gives are the exact same speeches that I've heard when I worked at a restaurant.
Oh, really?
You know, like she said something like, we have 2 regulars coming in tonight, Joe Blow and Joe Blow 2. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's weird, you know. And she's like, you know, Joe. Yeah, well, it's like Joe, everybody, you know, Joe likes Katie. So Katie, make sure that when you see Joe, you go greet him at the door. So they had this. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's really interesting. You just think like, well, I guess I just thought like strip clubs are.
Right, they go in, they dance, do their turn.
Yeah, they're not real people. But yeah, they have like a whole code. That's maybe like a code, you know. Yeah. And like you've been on Pervro or whatever. There's the way that you transact the money and stuff, and like
I folded up in nice little houses. Till I give them my money.
Little dog origami.
Dude, I wish I could fold money in origami to give to strippers. Oh my goodness,
that would be amazing. Yeah, I'd like to have
goose.
That'd be amazing, dude. You'd be well known.
So the origami. Yeah,
every time you put 100 down, it's got to be like some special thing, you know. Just like he's like, oh, he put down a crane. He put down a crane. Every time he puts down a crane, it's $100. I'd dance for that, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't know. They're fascinating places, and I'd like to have Tammy Smith on the podcast just to ask her more questions, because
interesting.
Some people like her spend majority of their life there,
right?
And there are these
every night.
There's these there are these rules and ways to make a business like that successful, and it's just weird because it's so
titties and beer. I mean, how much more simple can it get?
Oh yeah, no joke. Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah. I tell you what.
So what's your business plan?
Great idea. Titties and beer. They dance on the pole with the titties out. Okay. They serve them beer.
Okay. So do the guys have to pay a cover charge to come in?
$5.
$5. Okay. And the beer's a little bit pricey?
$2.50.
Not too bad. Okay. And the titties, they're just on stage?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah. Here's a loan. Pay it off in what? Probably a year.
Yeah, no joke, dude. No joke. Yeah.
If you're, got the right clientele.
Yeah, and then so you think about a place like the Body Shop. It's out there, dude. It's like there is a cornfield.
It's still packed all the time.
It's unbelievably packed.
I mean, they're slow nights. I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I
But-
never went on a slow night.
I've never been. Every time we filmed, it's supposed to be a slow night to kind of give us time to
Yeah.
get the shots and everything. No, when we get done, when she's like, we need to wrap this up, dude. There's people at the door busting the door down, dude.
We want our titties
As
and
soon
beer.
as soon as I see my cameras, are like, boom, we're out of here. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not filming you.
Right. That's the same. That was same reaction I had at the casino when I was making that documentary, and I was filming on the floor. It's just like people was like, I'm so embarrassed to be here.
I'm with my girlfriend, not my wife. If you could
Well-
please not put me on the documentary.
That's a different scenario. I didn't have any problem with that with the documentary, but we did have that several times at Red Oak. Red Oak, yeah. Like I've had people like kind of grab my sleeve and like she's in the bathroom or something, and he just kind of like this
is not my wife.
Yeah, like yeah, kind of gives me the lowdown of like what to say, what not to say. I'm like, okay. Better be a good tip in there, bitch.
Yeah, if you're gonna give me all these special instructions on how to make you have a good night, I better have a good night for this.
Yeah, it happened for sure at Red Oak.
Man, that's wild.
I mean, it's just people. It's just people being people. You know?
Yeah. Primal instincts.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much one should accept it, and then I don't know how much one should try to make it better. Ameliorate it.
Right.
As far as some of those things, like gambling, don't bother me at all. Like if you gamble, good for you.
No, yeah, I used to have a gambling problem.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Man, there for probably a year stretch. Like if it wasn't every weekend, like every other weekend, I would go to the casino like both nights of the weekend, and by the time I went back to work on Monday, I would have $0 in my pocket. Oh yeah.
Never won?
One time. I went on a Christmas Day. I think it was like 2016.
Okay.
And I was walking around. It was packed.
It is.
Like, how many fucking people are not with their families on Christmas? It's wild.
Yeah.
I was one of those people. So I was walking around the casino, and this machine I had played before I liked. That's how I play machines. I like that one.
Right.
I've won $40 there. Let's play that.
Right.
It was had somebody on it. So I walked around. I come back later, and it was open. I was like, yeah, all right. Sat in. I was like, I was already trying to tail end off. So I'd already recognized I had a problem. Realized I needed to stop gambling, so I was like, "This is it. I'm gonna put $20 in.
fine.
If I lose this $20, I'm out."
Right.
I said, "I'm gonna go back to the bar. I'm done." Put in the $20, play it away. Another 20 goes in the machine because that's how I am. Like, no, I got to win that 20 back.
Right.
That's how I used to be. So I'm already slipping. So I'm betting, and boom, I hit for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
little dopamine
should have cashed out, walked away, got my $20, then some. No. Yeah, you get that dopamine hit, and you're like, oh, dude, you could win more.
Yeah.
Bet more. You
It's
could
hot.
win more.
Machine's hot.
Yep. Ready to go. So I did. I bet more. I was like, all right, play this back down to 20. So I bet 3 more times, then boom, hit red sevens or whatever it was, and won $1,000.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Nice.
had $1,000. Walked up to the buddies I was with. I was like, "Hey, you guys having any luck?" Like, no, not really. I said, I got a little bit. So I ended up walking out of there with like $1,200 that night. And I was like, the last time I've gambled here and there, but probably in the last 4 years I've put less than $200 into a casino.
Okay. Yeah. Just like keeping yourself grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I usually when I go to the casino, I'm just there to like have a drink,
Right.
hang out,
Right. Just be
watch
in the
everybody gamble.
electric
Yeah,
atmosphere.
yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound like it was really bad, but you were just like kind of saying that it was starting to.
Yeah, it was starting to become a problem because
Right.
I was neglecting bills, stuff I had to pay because I was blowing all my money at the casino gambling.
That's good. That's good that you recognized it and you're like,
Yeah. So
when you did.
I've definitely been a lot better because I probably put a couple of grand in that 1 year and 200 in the last 3 years.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good, man. It was hard, like working there and not to get caught up in it because it's like it's just there.
Yeah.
And so after
I can't
work,
even imagine.
after work, your coworkers are like, "Hey, let's go get a drink."
I was glad I was never into table games. I never played cards, so I never went down that road either.
Yeah, right.
Had I gotten down that road, I'd hate to have seen how much money I'd lost.
That I feel like table games. That's where you can lose the time.
Yeah.
Because you can sit at a table up and down and up and down and up and down all night.
Right. And
all night.
Eventually you lose it all.
Yeah, right. Well, dude, how many stories have you heard of like, hey, how you doing? You're like, I'm up $600, and you're like, oh shit, like, why don't you leave? You know, and then you come back an hour later, and you're like, how you doing? You're like,
down 100.
yeah. And you're like, what?
You were just up 620 minutes ago.
And then you go back for a while, and you come back, like, how you doing? I'm 400 up, and you're like, I don't even get it.
Walk away, bro.
I don't get it. You know?
Yeah, that's my problem. I couldn't walk away.
Yeah. Well, it's the stories you tell yourself, because like I've definitely done I got to get my 20 back. You know,
Yeah,
I've done that
yeah.
before. Like, okay, one more.
That was out of the bill money that you were supposed to pay, rent with. You got to get that back.
Or I
then you end up
equate it-
spending all of rent.
Oh, I know. Or you equate it
I
with
did that.
like $60. You know, that's a common. I've won
Yeah.
$60, and I'm like, that's a tank in the Tundra. You
Yeah.
know, and then I'll gamble it.
What
and
if
then
I
my
could get
fucking,
2 tanks?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then I have no fucking gas.
Yeah.
And I lost my 60, and it's like,
Now I can't do shit.
I did get pretty good for a while, just doubling it. So like
Yeah.
I put a 20 in, it jumped to 40, and I'm like, I just run for the hills.
I wish I could have done that.
It was extremely difficult.
Yeah,
and
man.
didn't last very
There's just
long.
gambling. They got it figured out. Casinos.
It is dialed in. It is
Yeah.
a complete, the alien face sucker. Like that's the metaphor.
Yep.
Like, if you're not careful, it is strapped to your face.
Yeah, it's.
I never got it. People would talk about it. My parents would be like, "Be careful." I never really got it, and then I jackpotted once, and it was.
Yeah, you were like,
that was my first thought was,
I got to do that again.
oh, my first thought was, I get it.
Yep.
Like I understand why people get hooked on it. Because Casey was sitting next to me, he grabs my shoulder because he's like, yeah, and I was like, whoa,
Big celebration.
Ding,
People
ding,
around you are
ding.
like, hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
They make a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta sign some papers for your money.
Mm-hmm. And there's like 100.
Yeah.
Slip some to your girl, slip some to your buddies, and
Let's
dude,
go gamble a little bit
whoa.
more. Get some drinks.
Yeah.
Our good night just turned into a great night.
Yeah, it's especially if you're hurting for money, like our socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
We live in the same. We have the same bills and whatnot, and lifestyles and stuff. And so when you get something like $1,200,
Yeah, that's a big
deal,
challenge.
dude.
And you're like, I can do so much with this one. Really, it's to some people that $1,200 might pay part of their rent in some places.
Right, or $1,200 is what they
$1,200.
lose when they go to the casino at night. Some of those people,
Those high rollers.
That is some of those platinum players at Downstream. Like when the hosts would come in and they'd say, so and so's coming to eat tonight. They want this, and then they'd say like they've lost this much tonight. They'd say, I can't say names or anything.
Right.
They'd say like they've already lost $20,000, and so they
Jeez.
need to have a good dinner. And you're like, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 6 fucking o'clock. When did
time
they
did
lose?
get here?
No,
4?
I know, dude. 20 grand. I mean, that was one of the lower numbers too.
Jeez, I couldn't even imagine.
I couldn't either. But
I can't
I
believe
remember
there's that many people around here with that much money.
just a lot of them were like business owners of random things. Of
Just
random,
fly out here to stay at the resort or something.
well, no, like random business owners of businesses that you wouldn't really think about getting into.
Oh.
Like niche businesses, like
Yeah.
I'll say one. I think it's okay to say, like turkey farm.
Oh, yeah.
This one
okay.
person had
Yeah.
a huge, successful turkey farm, and they had a contract with Tyson or something like a big
Nice,
company,
yeah.
and so they were just very well off, and their cars were fucking nice, and man, they would burn through that cash.
That'd be dope lifestyle to live, though.
Yeah, right.
Like, tell me you couldn't like indulge in that,
dude, that'd be great.
I would love to live like that.
Of course, dude.
Dropping $1,000 on dinners.
Dude, that would be so. That's just so beyond me right now. That
Yeah.
it's like
It's unreal to think about, but people live that lifestyle every day.
Man. I know. I tweeted just the other night. Actually, it might have been like last night or 2 nights ago. I was laying there. I was like, man, I went to turn off the light, and I saw my couch, and my couch is a piece of shit. And I was like, man, I wish I had a little glutton. I was like, man, I wish I had a nice sectional.
Yeah, I'm about this close to buying a new couch for Colby, bro.
Don't say that. He'll be like edging you on, like, hey, you want to get a new couch?
So you want to go ass on the couch?
Right, dude. Because it's super important. You spend a lot of time on a couch.
Oh, yeah,
if you're in the
dude. This
house.
couch sucks.
Oh, our couch smells like dog because our dogs are on all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the depth in it, so when you try to take a nap, like you
It's
risk.
got a recliner. It's a recliner couch, but like, there's just something that stabs you in the lumbar area on both sides. You try to lay down on this thing, it's just like lumpy, and it's like, man,
right.
Not Colby. He's doing the best he can.
Of course.
I applaud the guy. I appreciate you giving me a place to live, Colby.
Yeah. We love you, Cole.
We love you.
Cole. But no, I totally get it. Like Matt Tyree used to have like a killer Cloud 2, 7, 8 deep sectional. And you sat in those to watch those football games or whatever, the UFC, and you're like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I'm gonna go.
It's a $3,000 couch.
Hey, I don't want to let you go the whole podcast with something in your beard right here.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. Keep going. Man, I don't know what it is. It's more. Yeah, there you go. I think you got it there. I don't know what it was.
Like fuzz or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone now.
Thanks.
I didn't want you to be editing the video and be like, man, we're 2 hours in. I still got something on my mouth. And he didn't say nothing.
What is that thing? not so much here. Or here.
Right here.
I knew it. But I was like going through this list of like things that I wanted. I went to the bathroom, getting ready for bed, and I see my tattoo on my arm, and I was like, man, I wish I had more money for it. Like I'd like full sleeves.
Wish I had money for tattoos.
Would you do sleeves?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've gone this long with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I don't.
You don't have any tattoos?
I have your name tattooed on my ass.
My name?
Yeah, your name.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I got that when I was 16.
That's amazing, dude.
But yeah, no, I wish I had tattoos, but I don't know what I'd get.
Mm.
I mean, I thought about it. I've had stuff picked out, and then it's like, man, do I really want to look at that on my arm forever? Like, is that who I am right now, or is that who I am going to be for the rest of my life?
Mm.
So I don't want to just tattoo something on me that's who I am right now, and then 10 years later be like, I'm not that guy anymore. That sucks.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
definitely,
a commitment issue, maybe.
It could be. And I've had those same thoughts, but like the arrow, every time I see the arrow, like I'm reminded of when I got it. I mean, it's still pretty new to me, I guess.
Yeah.
But I would think that, in 20 years, like I'll remember the younger me who got that arrow.
Right, why you got it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at least for me, I've tended to kind of fall in love more with my tattoos, even if it was like, man, I can't believe I got. I only have 3. That's like, man, I can't believe I got that. But it's since it's on you, you start to love it.
Right? Yeah. You got no choice now.
Yeah. But if you don't have them, keep thinking that way.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to accept it.
Right. Yeah. I'm. Maybe in 5-10 years I'll find something.
Right.
Maybe I'll get a big tattoo if I reach my goal of losing all this weight that I'm trying to lose.
That'd be kind of like a cool little reward.
Big
or something.
reward. Yeah. I got little rewards.
Let's do a GoFundMe. We'll take GoFo. We'll take before and what the hell is GoFo?
GoFo.
I think it's GoFundMe and before I try to put together.
Yeah.
We'll take before and after pictures. We'll make up an awesome story about how you stepped on the scale 405. You got your life in order, and then we'll take the after picture, and the GoFundMe is $500 for a new tattoo.
Get a new tattoo for a reward. Yeah.
And or we pitch it. Here we go. We pitch it to a tattoo artist that you like.
Yeah.
And we'll say we'll do all the free marketing and everything. We'll make up a little 2-minute video about your story and damn, what's going on there? and if people just like and share, give us some free ink.
Right.
Brian French does that a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like
he's a good artist too.
Yeah, he's done some good stuff.
Done all Tucker's work, hasn't he?
Yeah, and a lot of that was, I don't know if I could say this. Just a lot of that was like bartering, like haircuts, and his son needed a haircut and stuff, and Tuck obviously knows a lot of people.
When you have skills to trade.
Yeah.
Whenever that's all Americans had to offer was skills instead of money for trade. Like, I'll do this if you can do this for me. Man, that's when shit was great.
I've enjoyed bartering quite a bit.
Yeah, bartering is, because it's real.
It makes you, it is real. And to me, it makes you feel more valuable.
You earned it.
Yeah.
You really earned it.
It's like you wanted something that I had.
Right, yeah.
And I wanted something you had.
Not I sold 10 hours of my life a day for 40 hours this week.
Right.
So I can buy fucking that bang over there to drink today. Like, man, That sucks.
Right.
When you think about it that way, like, all I do is sell my time of my life
Yeah.
for money.
That bang was, 25 minutes of your life?
The government, I get paid money that the government wants a part of.
Yeah.
I buy things that the government wants a part of.
Yeah.
Even when you pay things off, like your house or your car, like, guess what? We still want money from it.
Yearly property tax.
Like, what the fuck is that?
And we're still $28 trillion in debt.
Where's that money going?
Talk about poor money management skills. God damn. The government's the worst.
In debt.
You guys get to set the interest rates. You get to print your own money, and you're $24 trillion.
What are you guys fucking doing?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I totally agree.
Oh,
Agree. But yeah, the value. It just seems like there's more value, and both parties are happy. Like, they're very. Every time I've bartered, I've been very pleased that like I received my thing, whatever I wanted, whatever I was bartering for.
Yeah.
And the other person always seems like they're very pleased.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I traded Tucker for a beard trim for sourdough.
Oh yeah.
And he was so psyched about it.
Right. Yeah. Can't wait to eat this.
Yeah. He cut himself
Ate
a
it right
piece.
there.
Yeah. And then we went upstairs. He gives me this beard trim. I'm like, yes, very nice, very nice. You know,
thank you.
Middle of quarantine, and I look well kept.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So you can only barter so much. You know, right? It's more simple things. You can't really. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, what if some guy came over? Are you an engine guy?
Not really.
Like, what if
I can tell you simple things about cars?
It's like Austin Colonel comes over and like fixes your engine. Like, how do you barter that? You know,
right?
Like,
yeah. What could I do for you, bud?
10 back rubs.
10 back rubs.
So now we're getting into credit
I'll
debt.
load your drums up.
Credit debt.
The next 5 gigs we have.
Yeah. How's that going?
Man, with this whole quarantine thing, we haven't really got together.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't been practicing, which sucks.
Yeah.
So I love playing music, man. It's awesome. So we haven't been getting together. We were working on recording our EP that we're trying to debut.
Nice.
That's kind of been put on hold. I think that's Austin's fault.
Damn it, Austin.
Waiting on him to record some drums or something, maybe a little bit more vocals. But we're close to having it done. We've been recording it all ourselves at Austin's house in the basement.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it sound good down there and everything?
Yeah, it's not bad. We have, pretty good equipment, great mixer. Great mixer.
Nice.
Donald Trump mixer. Great things.
Huge.
Does awesome, unimaginable things for a mixer.
That's fucking awesome.
No, but it's all right. We have a pretty good setup, And Austin, he seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't know. I've never recorded shit in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
You just singing to the mic?
Right, man. Before I joined this band, me and my buddy Aaron Lane, we tried to start a band with a guy that we met in, I don't know, Web City maybe. His name was Jamie. Fucking bastard.
Damn, usually Jamies are nice.
Yeah, man. He wasn't. I mean, we thought he was nice.
Ruined it for the rest of the
Yeah,
Jamies.
we thought he was nice, but man, he was a fucking douche. What had happened was we started this band and we realized, all our birthdays in February. Or February's falling. That's what we're going to call ourselves.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So we had this guy, and he was going to be the bassist. I thought I was a drummer at the time, and my buddy Aaron played guitar. So we got together a couple of weekends, probably about a month, just jamming. And then he sat down behind the drum set, this fucker, Jamie, and kills it. And I was like, oh, shit. You need to be playing the drums. I'll learn how to play bass.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. So that's what we did. Then all of a sudden, one day up out of nowhere, he moved to Springfield, took the drum set with him, which was my drum set.
Damn it, Jamie.
Yeah, and that was the end of that. So me and Aaron were like, well, what the fuck are we going to do?
You took your drum set?
Yeah, dude.
Do you have one now?
I got a makeshift one somewhere.
Damn.
But so then me and Aaron were like, what are we going to fucking do? So we kept the name. Then we started a little acoustic band, me and him. We did that for 2 years. Played a couple of gigs. Me, him, and my brother Jake. They both play guitar, and Aaron sang. I beat on a box, a little cajon for a while. That was fun. Had some fun gigs. Got really fucked up all the time.
Yeah, right.
That's what I like to do.
You're
I
a
like
rock
to get
star,
drunk.
bro.
Yeah, dude, rock star. Live it up all you can, I pretend whenever I'm on stage. Like,
Hell yeah.
Why not?
Hell yeah. It's part of the persona.
Yeah, so we did that. And then Aaron moved to Nashville, trying to get his life together, which good on him. He did that. Got him a house. And,
In Nashville?
yeah.
Fuck.
Well, outside of Nashville, Clarksville or something
Still,
like
though.
that. Yeah, doing construction out there.
Nice.
Yeah, he's living pretty good.
Good
Got
for
him a
him.
truck now. And,
Nice.
yeah, real proud of him. Because
Good.
he was roughing it for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was out of playing music for a while, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
I got a guitar, I sit and strum around, but I'm not the best guitar player. Whatever. So then Austin hits me up one day and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You doing anything music wise?" And I said, "No, Aaron moved." He's like, "Well, we're looking for a bassist, maybe a rhythm guitar player." And I said, "Well, I played bass for like a month 5 years ago." I said, I don't really know what I could bring to the table, but I'd be willing to come jam with you guys. And I haven't played fucking live music forever. I'd love to. So I went over there and played one night with them. They're like, "Well, you want to be the bass player?" And I was like, "I guess."
Sure.
You guys are going to teach me everything along the way because I'm a level 0 right now. I'm a white belt of fucking bass playing.
Crazy.
Yeah, so the first time I really started playing bass was the first time I went to practice with those guys. And so I've just been learning as I go ever since.
You just kind of like know the general idea of bass
Oh, yeah,
playing.
dude. Well, it's just music. I love music.
Right.
Like, it's probably one of my biggest passions, music, and listening to music, playing music.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Can't get enough of it.
Did you do band or anything in school? Or like, where'd that
when I was
come
in,
from?
whenever you can do orchestra, 3rd grade, 4th grade, they come around if you want to sign up.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, yeah. Because, dude, in school, all throughout school, I realized it was a waste of time at a really early age. I really did. We can go on that here in a little bit if you want.
Yeah, sounds good.
But no, I was like, oh, yeah, a reason to get out of class.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll do orchestra. So I played violin from 3rd or whatever grade till 7th grade.
Yeah.
So for 4 years, I did competitions at Pitt State.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that, dude. It's hard to see you
playing a violin, but
exactly.
yeah, I used to. A second chair violin. I was pretty terrible.
Wow. What? So did you choose that? Like,
Yeah.
When you went to orchestra?
Yeah.
They just sat you down. They're like,
So
what do you want to play?
play?
Really?
Violin.
And they,
Why not?
They supply you with one?
No, I had to go buy one.
Oh, you had to go buy one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So and then 8th grade, I wasn't going to do orchestra.
Mhm.
Miss Henson, like, please come. Please come back. We need a stand-up bass player. So I did play the stand-up bass
Okay.
in orchestra, and it started out real cool because I pluck it, and it was real cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, you got to start using a bow," and I was like, "Nah."
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it was still fun, but then high school hit, and then like you got to do weights, and you're playing sports,
Right.
and which, man, looking back on that, I wish I would have utilized
Yeah.
the time that I had in the gym more than I did.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would say like back in high school, like on a 1 to 5, I was a 3 on like fitness. Like I played sports, I hit the gym every day, but my diet was shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't utilize everything I had
Yeah.
at my fingertips while I had it. And I was just never in the shape that you could have been with everything provided to us while we were in high school.
Right.
And like now I regret that because here I am trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And it's like if I could have got that mindset back then instead of now, I could have had that mindset this whole time.
Absolutely.
But
How old are you?
26.
Yeah. You're still good, man.
Yeah,
Still
I'm
good.
still young.
It's way better to do 26 than 36 or 46, you know,
Yeah.
and being 405 pounds and
Yeah.
drinking too much, smoking too much. Like, dude, I understand those regrets. Like,
Right.
I don't even know if you call them regrets, just sort of like,
Missed opportunities.
yeah, realizations
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, totally. I think the same thing about coding, like learning to program computers. I'm like, I was on the computer all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just learn how to start coding when I was 18?
Yeah.
And by now I'd have a
Be
career.
a master at it.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you're not alone there, but
Right.
it's never too late to
Change.
to start a
To
good,
start it over.
especially the healthy lifestyle of dieting and
Yeah.
exercise.
Yeah.
So good on you
Easier
for
now
doing
than
that,
then,
but
yeah.
I understand the missed opportunities.
Right.
I will say it's way harder to control your diet in high school. Like you buy your own
Yeah.
groceries now,
Right, yeah.
So
You
back
just ate
then-
what your parents bought.
parent or whatever the cafeteria was serving that
Yeah.
day. And it's like how much nutrition's there?
Yeah, how much are we really
Very
getting
little.
from that?
Yeah.
We're eating just as much as kindergartners. You're telling me that's good for us?
I never put that together until someone said it, and then like you could in our school, like you could look over into the other cafeteria, and you're like you see the kindergartner holding the tray,
same tray,
as a 250-pound football player.
We might have one more chicken nugget and one more roll than they do.
Yeah, and there's dude. I remember when I realized
whenever that realization hits in your head, you're like, what the fuck were they doing? You think that's enough for a growing teenager?
Oh my gosh.
I ate that and it pissed me off because I was still hungry.
It's a fucking gulag in there, like I remember I remember we would sit next to the trash cans because when people would walk by, we go, yo, 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 hey, bring that over here.
I'll eat that.
Bring it over here. And
I took a couple bites out of it. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving. Yeah. I remember times people would walk by, especially girls, and they would toss a roll on the table, and so there's like 8 guys. Exactly. I mean, it's like hungry hippos or something. Like, who had the fastest reflexes to get this?
I used to walk around. I'm not even going front. I used to walk around with a tray like, you eat that? You eat that? Like, no, here.
Dude.
You? Yeah, thank you.
It was crazy. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Unless you were there. You just can't understand.
No, yeah. Everybody listening, watching, like, they might not be able to relate to that.
And bless the lunch ladies, dude, because some of them were so like, I remember some of them kind of like trying to give you extra.
Get you an extra scoop of mashed potatoes.
They're trying to figure it out because the line's still coming through, but they're like kind of like, I get you. Okay, here you go.
I remember whenever you got into high school, they let you like grab your own chicken nuggets, and you'd always... I try to put a couple in my hand and cup them under the tray. Like, motherfuckers, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was a struggle, dude. I mean, it wasn't what it was.
Right, yeah.
Like,
still getting a free meal, I guess not free, but...
yeah, right. I get you.
Well, you think of it as free, but your parents don't.
Yeah, somebody paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like an inner city school, like that's real struggle. People actually
that might be their last meal of the day is lunch. Like
people might starve. Yeah, they actually literally run out of food, and it's like, well, we have cheese.
Can you imagine the quarantine right now?
Yeah,
and those kids not getting to eat those school meals.
Yeah, that's
I mean, some of them like around here they're doing the school pass out meals and whatever. But man, if you have 10,000 students, how long can you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and how many of those students depend on that?
Oh, and then trying to keep track of them, like, so let's say you can get to you have the food at the school. Like, how many of those can't get to the school?
Yeah.
That are starving or whatever. And that was the big thing with we'll just do class online. These are fucking third graders. Yeah, they don't have their own phone or laptop.
What if their parents don't have internet?
Or
now they got to go find a place with internet, or they have to buy internet. Right. What if they can't afford internet?
Yeah,
if they can't do it, they guess they get held back or they don't graduate. Like, what?
Did they say that?
I don't know, but it seems that way.
Yeah, I mean, what other choices?
What else are they gonna do? Yeah,
they treated it kind of like college students, and it's like. Yeah. Okay, majority of college students, they have a laptop.
Right, they should, I mean.
That's because they've got a FAFSA loan and shit.
Yeah.
But a third, fourth, a kindergartner, like even, because a lot of them weren't doing like homework or anything. They were just making these videos, like reading a little book, like a Dr. Seuss book, and the teacher would be turn the pages and stuff. Like, they can't even watch that. Because they do not have access to the internet.
Yeah.
There's no device in their house, not even a TV, not even a smart TV that can get to the YouTube. And then it's like, let's just say they do. A kindergarten probably can't open up the YouTube app.
Not by themselves.
No, right. I mean, maybe they can, but probably not.
Some of these kids nowadays, man, with the smartphones, they're getting younger and younger and better and better.
Oh, I know. They blow my mind. My nephew. It's really interesting to watch my nephew. He's 4 or 5 years old, and we have at his grandma's house. It'd be Kelsey's mom's. There's several different Googles around the house that you talk to, right? The speakers and the screens. So interesting how the way that he interacts with those.
Oh
things.
Yeah.
Just like it's still so new that I don't think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go to it. I'm not like, hey, Google,
hey,
Alexa.
Google,
yeah. I don't think about
Whip
it.
my phone out.
Yeah, he jumps right to it. So he's into snakes right now. And the other day we were talking, and he's like, hey, what's the most venomous snake in the world? And I was like, it's probably one of these two. And he goes, hey, Google. Like, he just turned his neck and turned. And Google, answered the question. I was like, man, that's just, we
didn't have that.
That's just something beyond us.
We're older than Google.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, Google came out, 99 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we're older than Google.
Yeah, I remember Miss
Older
Cat.
than YouTube.
Older than YouTube. Stupidvideos.com for me.
Yeah. E-Bombs World?
E-Bombs, yeah. That was good.
Newgrounds.
Oh, Newgrounds was...
Viral videos before they were viral videos.
Yeah. Stupid videos. I remember we were in FFA, and there were some computers out there. Did you remember that building in FFA?
Yeah.
There's I think it was a computer lab that was right there before you got into the welding shop and stuff.
Yeah, now it was a health careers class.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
That little classroom right before you go on the ag. Yeah.
Been a long time.
I took health careers in high school.
Okay, so for a while it was just random computer lab, like a mini computer lab. And not James Tillman, Aaron Tillman, James Tillman's brother, showed me stupidvideos.com, which was like a little baby YouTube. And horrible
before
videos.
There was blockers at school.
Yeah. Bess, remember Bess?
Bess?
Yeah, the blocker. She was a dog.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be like, can't go any further. Stupid fucking dog. I can't remember how we figured out. There was a way that you could turn it off. Like, of course, the kids figured out.
Right,
yeah.
Adults, the kids will never figure this out.
Mrs. Falling's like, how are you getting past? I remember.
Thought it was foolproof.
Do you remember WinMX?
WinMX.
It's like a precursor to FrostWire.
Yeah.
Or LimeWire or whatever it was. So WinMX is very rudimentary file sharing program. And Nate Williams and I. So the way that Riverton was set up is they had like servers and they had like all these different drives. Like it wasn't a cloud, but it acted like a cloud. And so like you could go into one of the drives, it's like K or C drive or something. And you
could access everybody else's hard drives.
Well, yeah, there's like a folder of everybody's name. And like,
because the teachers could go in and access your folders and see what you had in there.
But so could,
and you could access them on every computer that was in there.
Exactly, if you kind of knew how to do it.
Yeah.
So we
we
would trade songs like that. Nate and I would trade songs. And one day, dude, thank God for Coach Rector. Thank you, Rector. We crashed the system because we were uploading. I mean, it's not that hard to do back.
Bandwidth.
we loaded the drives because we were downloading so much music, and it wasn't that much music. It's just the drives were very small.
Right. It was back then.
It was a big deal, and we had no idea, dude. Like
delete them.
Nate and I had no idea. We were actually pissed because we got to tech and we're like, "Where the fuck is our songs?" And Rector comes out. He's like, "Hey, you need to come here right now." Like, okay. And he's like, "You guys crashed this. You overloaded you filled it up, and you crashed the system. I deleted everything for you, and I reset it. Don't do it again." I don't remember who the principal was. But he's like, "So and so's asking about it, trying to figure out who it was." And he told, "I owe you one, man.
I owe you one."
But yeah, that was always good. That was always a good one. WinMX, yeah. So People's Park.
Yeah, People's Park. That's the band I'm in now. I've been with Austin and Brad for, I think it's 2 years now, going on 2 years.
Yeah. So you've learned bass since then?
Been playing bass since then, kind of picking it up as I go.
Feel better now?
Yeah.
Sure.
I call myself a bass player, but not a bassist.
Okay.
Because I don't know everything there is to know.
Right.
I can't go off and write some licks on my own that sound good. I don't know that much about scales, whatnot. I just play what Brad tells me to play, and then, try to make it sound good.
So I'm pretty familiar with a guitar, E, A, D, G, F, and all that E and stuff.
Yeah.
What's a bass like?
It's just the top, I guess, bottom 4 strings on a guitar. So E, A, D, and G.
And they're thicker. Right?
Yeah, they're way
quite a bit
thicker. Yeah.
And so the purpose of a bass player is to keep the rhythm. Basically, right?
The drummer and the bass player are supposed to work together to keep the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Austin doesn't listen to me when I play, I don't understand how we make music that sounds good. Austin just does his own thing, but it works. So
yeah.
He mostly listens to Brad when we play, which is like bass backwards is what it should be.
Right.
We should be working together, and Brad should just hear us
and work
in the background and play off of us, and know when the cues are from us instead of us knowing where the cues are from him. We're kind of backwards from there.
Right.
But it all works out in
Makes
the
you
end.
unique.
Yeah, yeah. As long as sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Is there any music online,
Uh,
like Spotify or anything, or
no, not yet.
Okay.
We've
that'd be that EP that you're working on?
yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as that drops, I'm hoping it's within the next month. I think.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet. I think we have seven songs that we're
Nice.
gonna release. Yeah, I can't wait to get those out because I tell everybody like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm in a band. We play some gigs. And I'm like, oh, let me hear your music. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we got some snippets we've done in practice on our
Right.
Facebook page, but I promise we play good music.
right. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, the people that know we play good music have came and seen shows, which is
Right.
very limited on to what it could be if you
Right.
had the music done to put on a platform for people to listen
Right.
to whenever they want.
Right. Check you out, and then
Yeah.
and then when they do see a post of like I'm gonna be at TJ Leland's or whatever.
Right? Yeah, like
then
oh
it's
yeah, let's go listen. They got those
Exactly.
songs.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's one thing I appreciate about Everett the
Yeah.
Gray is that like I know his songs very intimately. So that
Right,
when we go
right.
listen to him play, I'm like, oh, this is
yeah.
Cruise.
Watch him get
This is
into it.
Cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Toucan.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like a true fan, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's your buddy.
Yeah, right. And then you get to go watch him do what he loves to do. Dude.
Mhm.
It's just an awesome feeling. I love watching my buddies
Mm.
and bands play. That's why I like to invite my buddies to come watch me play. It's like, yeah,
Right.
I enjoy seeing you guys out there because it makes me feel good, especially if you guys enjoy it. It's
Right.
like, yeah, I'm making shit even my friends like. Not
Yeah. Dude, the time that I've spent with Alex and then these like I guess you'd call them like indie music, right?
Yeah, yeah.
These local indie musicians and shows, it has taught me so much, and it has freed up my thinking a lot because before this revelation or whatever, I was so geared towards success and fame, and it's like you gotta to be a successful movie person, you have to make movies.
You
that
gotta
have
have movies that are fucking topping
Spielberg
charts
and all this stuff.
and breaking
Yeah.
records.
But then I went to these shows, and like people that would go on even before Alex would literally show their soul on stage.
Oh yeah, put it all out there.
And sometimes, dude, there'd be 4 people in the crowd, and then
Yeah, yeah.
oh, nice, and they were still just like into it.
Into it because that's what they love to do.
Yes, and I was so
Especially when you get paid for it.
yeah,
Because, oh man, there's nothing better than getting paid for an hour of what you love to do.
right. Like it makes it real, then,
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah.
It was so inspirational to me to see like there was one guy, dude. He gets on the mic, his beat starts going, and he kind of, they always give like a little story about the song, or
Right.
whatever, and then he's like, all right, fuck the industry. And I was like, whoa. And he was like, fuck the industry, and he really got into it.
Yeah.
And it was funny, but at the same time, he was sold. He was sold on that song.
Yep.
Like he wasn't like giggling like he ain't fuck the
No,
industry.
yeah.
He was
100%
fuck the industry.
into it,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was really
This
into
is
it.
what I'm going to preach for the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, dude, he was
Hang
just
on.
so inspirational to me to see the freedom, the creativity, and the freedom of just making music.
Yeah,
these
man.
guys, some of these guys are
awesome.
not that talented, right?
No, there's a lot of non-talented bands.
But they try.
Yeah.
They try, and they're
they
willing.
put in work all
Yes.
the time.
They're willing to be creative. They're willing to look foolish on
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah,
and it's so
just for doing
inspirational.
something they love.
Which then negates the talent, the lack of talent, and puts them back up to where
because
it's like
of the passion level
yes,
is just
and-
unreal.
yes, and I tapped into that, or I fed into that, and I was
Right.
like, this
I
is
need more
amazing.
of that in my
Yes.
life. Yeah.
So then it kind of freed me up in my life. I was like, let's just film. Like, who
Do
cares? if-
whatever, film whatever,
just
edit.
just be creative with it. Just have a good time doing
Yeah.
it. You don't have to be Spielberg. It's not.
Quit trying to limit yourself to doing certain things. Let yourself explore. And
Yeah,
have
limits.
that freedom.
Limits
Yeah,
the
okay.
right word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Limit myself to success. Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, that's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, yeah. How are you going to do that? Well,
Yeah.
you got to. The only way you're going to find success is if you experiment
Right.
and try different things, and that's how you find
Mhm.
success. Not just limiting yourself to one path.
Right. There was a quote back in the day that I never understood, and as time went on, I thought about it more and more, and I don't know if I quite still understand it, but I think about it, and it's like the artist that seeks perfection in his work rarely finds it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then I asked Adam Ayers, like, what do you think this means? And he said, well, the purpose of art is not to be perfect. The purpose of art is to discover, to
Yeah.
explore. It's like if there's a block of marble, there's not a perfect statue in there, right? There's not
Yeah,
like
you
the
have to-
perfect statue. it's the statue that you're going to carve. It's
Yeah.
the statue that you're going to discover within the block of marble, or the song. Is there
Yeah.
a perfect song out there? Perfect country song. There's stereotypical ones,
Right, yeah, stereotypical country song.
But there's not there's that
Well,
word is so
David
weird.
Allan Coe would argue that the perfect country and western song is, in fact, "You Never Even Call Me by My Name." He literally says that before he
Oh, really?
sings the third verse. Yeah, he said his buddy wrote the song, and after sending him the third verse, he realized his buddy had written the perfect country and western song.
I'll check it out. I'll have to check it out. I'm speaking more onto like the idea of perfection and art. You know, it's like, what the hell is perfection?
Yeah. Is there
A
such
right
thing
angle,
as
I guess?
perfection?
I don't think so. Nothing in this
You're
world.
never perfect, right? That's why Dwayne Cram always said, never be satisfied.
Mhm.
So if you can never be satisfied, being perfect would mean you're satisfied.
Mhm.
If you're never be satisfied, you'll
Mhm.
never be perfect because you're always achieving to be perfect.
Striving for
You're
the-
always changing something, achieving to be better.
Right, right. That, and then let's say you do your idea of perfect. Like say you achieve it, you just change. Then I'm sure your idea would change.
Right, yeah.
It's like
What
your
do you
idea of
do? Just
rich.
be content.
Yeah, right. Well, see, I've thought about that too. Like our society definitely preaches like don't be content. But I'm like, well,
Yeah.
would that be so bad? You know, to be like a little hobbit, you know, and just be content with life.
Right, just go with
Seems
the flow all the time.
Seems like quite a bit of freedom.
Yeah, but also not a lot of fulfillment.
Mm.
I think if you just lollygagged and did whatever you wanted with no
Mhm.
real goals, you just think you'd still just be just as depressed as if
Mm.
you were to fail at trying to achieve a goal. I mean, if not more, because you just have nothing that you're achieving yourself. You
Mhm.
just,
Yeah.
this is my life. I wake up, I eat, I go to work, I come home.
Mm.
Like, what? How boring is that?
Yeah, yeah. It seems that. I mean, even if you took out like stressors, like you didn't have to work. Like,
Yeah.
Like literal hobbit, like you got to do whatever you wanted. After a while, I guess it would probably just get boring.
Yeah.
Because you're not pressing
I
yourself.
mean,
not
yeah,
pushing.
you'd get things you wanted to do done
Right.
with that newfound free time, but then what would you do after?
Right.
Keep finding new things, but
How long is that going to last?
right.
And really, that's one of the first things that happens when you pick up a new skill, like your bass. It's like you're going to stay not knowing how to play the bass.
Right.
No, you push yourself.
Keep pushing, keep trying to learn
Right.
new songs. Like, there was plenty of songs starting out, like, Brad would show me what to play on the bass and be
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Too complicated.
we're not doing that song.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we've practiced. I was like, guys, no skill here. And they're like,
Right.
no, you can do it. Just having them push me like,
And-
all right, let's go slow, show
Right.
me everything,
Mhm.
step through it a couple times, pick up speed, and then it's like, now I'm playing songs that I used to say, like, fuck that song, bro.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not playing that now. It's like,
Right.
yeah, let's fucking get down. I want to warm up with that song, you
Nice.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that came from the pressure put on by them, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man, I joined the band, and I think I'd been to 3 practices.
Mm-hmm.
And then Austin calls me. He's like, hey, next weekend we're playing a party. Fuck. I said, you think I'm ready? He's like, yeah, you're good. I was like, how many more practices we got? He said, 1. You ready?
God.
So, yeah, we showed up, played a little hour set at a party.
Went
made a
well?
little bit of money. Yeah,
Went
it wasn't
well?
bad.
Yeah.
Even though I forgot a chord for my bass, we figured out a way to make it work.
Nice.
So we were like 45 minutes away from home. It's like, well, you can't just turn around and go get that chord. You got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Show must go on.
Yeah.
That's so interesting to think about pressure on a skill. Like, because I'm thinking, it doesn't quite correlate, but I'm thinking of like safe spaces. You know, people are like, no, I want to go to my safe space, right?
Yeah.
But really what we're talking about is that growth comes from that very uncomfortable spot of, oh, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
But because this pressure, you kind of have to put yourself in that state of like, I have to.
You have to. There's
figure.
no other way.
Yeah. Huh, that's very interesting. I think Casey and I were talking one time on a podcast, and he said that if you give yourself a time limit on something, usually you can get it done in that time.
Yeah.
So like if someone says, hey, I'll pay you to clean my yard. You go, when does it need to be done? It's like, by the end of the week. Well,
You
probably
push it off till the end of the week.
Exactly. If I'm like, about 4:00, it'll be done by 4:00. So in the same regard, you take that time limit, or you take the limitations, no matter what it is, limitations on the project or the skill that you want to cultivate. It would probably be beneficial to put those. And even Jordan Peterson talks about that.
Yeah.
As far as having the aim and making the aim. This is why when you sent me that list, I was like, you're fucking golden. You're golden. Because your aim was so detailed.
Yeah. I given it quite a bit of thought.
Yes. The capacities of failure or success were very clear.
Yep.
You know, if you have a cheat day before 20 pounds lost, that's a failure.
Yep.
If you lose 20 pounds and then have a nice cheat day, you've succeeded. You know,
yeah,
you had
that's a goal to reach.
Exactly.
Then back on track.
Yeah, very clear, cut and dry. Fail, succeed.
Yeah.
And then in that way you can. And fuck it. Let's say you fail. Right? Who cares?
Right. One bad day.
Readjust.
Back on track.
Readjust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than I want to lose weight, and it's like, whoa, that's. How much weight do you want to lose? You want to lose for the rest of your life?
Right,
for the rest of the year? Yeah, so the more limitations that you dial it down, it's kind of the same way with like having a blank canvas. If you have just like a blank canvas, it's very difficult to figure out what to paint, you know? Or a wall or something. But if you have some, you have some sort of limitation to it, it's really weird because you would think that I think limitation is bad. It's like a bad word. Putting a governor on a car, you know, like you're limiting my potential. But something with art, the limitation,
right? Like put a deadline on a video you're editing, and you're like, all right, I gotta get this done, and I gotta make it perfect in that amount of time.
Right. Well, or here's another one, like for video, it's like we should make a short film. About what?
About what? Do you have an idea, a screenplay, a script?
You could do a Western, an alien Western. You could do a drama. You could do
sci-fi. You do a rom-com.
Yeah. So
what do you want to do?
Exactly. How long? You know, how short?
Instead of say I want to make a short video. Say I have this detailed outline on a short video I want to make.
Right.
And then start.
Right. Or
have it already thought
out.
A
great way is competitions, because competitions give you rules. They say the video has to be 5 minutes. It's got to be something of science fiction, and the theme has to be this. And it's like really strange how those inputs all of a sudden like regurgitate a short film, and you're like, okay, and it's there, you know.
Yep, just that pressure.
Yeah, because if you just have an infinite universe of potential, that's all you have is an infinite universe of potential.
That's it.
Yeah. There's a great quote that I don't remember who said it, but it was you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And there's been so many times where you're like, I could make my own clothes. This is what I think. I can make my own clothes.
But can you?
I could, you know, like
I can learn.
But I could just give you $1. I could give you $10.
Get a shirt.
Buy a shirt, you know.
Instead of having to spin the wool and the cotton.
Everything like that. So it's like, I'm trading you $10 for a shirt so I can go make music.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But it's true, like, the potential to do anything is there. You can do anything. You could learn it. You could invest time. You could buy fishing poles and learn to ride horses and whatever your thing is, you know.
Yeah.
But everything demands time, and then you can't. And then the time that is demanded for that hobby or pursuit or skill or whatever career is taken away from everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Yeah. You only have so much time.
That's right. You only have so much time. You only have so much focus, and so you say. You have the potential to do all this? Yes, you do. But you can't do it all.
But you can't do it all.
No, you can't do it all.
As much as you want to, you'll never get it all done.
That's why you have to have sacrifices. Another guy, actually it was Adam. Adam's told me a lot of stuff. His mentor told him, and it's pretty trite, but it's very true. It's like for any dream to become a reality, a dream must die. Like you have to sacrifice a dream for another dream to manifest.
You got to bring that dream to fruition.
Yeah. You have to sacrifice one.
Yeah.
It's like you want to be a musician and you want to train horses. I don't know. Like,
pick which
maybe
one.
you could do both of those.
Maybe.
But if you want to be like traveling
but
on
you're
the
not
road,
going to be the best at either one.
Right, exactly. Right. You're going to definitely top out.
Yeah.
That's what I've discovered with the making of the bread. It's like, how deep do I want to go with this?
Yeah.
Because I can.
But all I've done is made bread.
Well, it's like
for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. All these skills just have so many levels that you just have no idea until you start talking to people. Like, I've been baking bread for 40 years. And have you ever done it with a Dutch oven backwards, negative temperature?
I just learned this last week. Well, you've been doing this for 40 years and you just learned something new?
Whoa, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, or they're like, if you, just the techniques and tricks and stuff that people pick up on. So it's like, that was my thought. I was like, man, I don't know how. I'm not going to go very deep in it. I'm not going to be like, Colton's bread's awesome.
I'm going to learn how to make some bread for myself,
like,
a couple different kinds.
Exactly, right.
That's all I need.
Yeah, it's probably going to be mediocre bread at best. It'll taste good.
As long as it tastes good to you.
Yeah, it tastes good. But it's not going to be like, dude, he just won a bread competition. He just opened his own bakery.
He's got the best bread in all of Cherokee County.
Yeah, dude. In fact, that's my dream now. I want that title.
I want the title. Best
dude,
baker.
I took this nice 18 by 20 paper or whatever, and I wrote down kind of like everything that I'm involved in. And then to get it out of my brain, that's what I mean. To get it out of my brain and then to start crossing it off. And then what I was going to do was I was going to make like a graph and then say like, of my focus time, whatever, 20% I'm going to dedicate to jiu-jitsu. Will I be a black belt in 10 years? Maybe not with 20% dedication.
Right.
But it'll be a part of my life,
Yeah.
But this over here, this video thing, like I'm going to do 50% or 80%.
That's gotta be most of the free time.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide. Like I just wanted to see like how much time, because I'll get ate up with something and I'll realize like, fuck, the day's gone.
Yeah.
And what I was supposed to do
I didn't get anything I wanted to do done.
Right.
Yeah.
I kept doing that where I'd write down to-do lists. And for one, my dumb ass thought the more you have on a to-do list, the better. No. Just because like the more I cross off, the
never
more,
ending, man.
it's like, no. A to-do list is meant for the top like 5 or 10 most important things of that day.
And get them done.
Yeah. Not like I'd write down like take out trash, which is important, right?
Right.
But just so I could do that.
Feel the dopamine hit across with something off.
But I get to the end of the day, and then it'd be right on script, and I didn't write on my script, and then it would be like meditate for 20 minutes. Guess what? I got too busy baking bread. I didn't fucking meditate.
Yeah.
So then it was the priorities, the ones that I should be crossing off, are not getting crossed off. So then after a while, it's like, okay, then that's kind of when I made that graph, and I'm like, I need to be. I might not get to bake bread because I'm writing a script. It's like
sacrifices.
Right.
Again.
Exactly. And just saying it and being able to see it like, okay, baking bread.
I didn't get to bake bread.
I know.
Today, but I got, 3 hours done on my script today.
Exactly. For some reason, those wires were crisscrossed for a while, until I was able to.
Well, you put down what you really need to get done instead of
right.
doing what you want to get done, or wasting time on things that aren't as productive one day as the next.
Right. And then after a day, you're like, oh, I'll meditate tomorrow. Like, I'll get back on track. And then you don't. And then you do it again. And you do it again. You're like, motherfucker.
I got to get a handle on this.
I know. And once you, get back on it, then you're like, all right, good for you. Good boy. Keep going.
Yeah.
But sometimes you really got to like,
hey.
Yeah.
Focus up.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Recently. Yeah. Like, hey, man, you got to do something different, or it's not even a joke anymore. You will die.
Yeah, right.
You will die at a very young age if you keep going down this route.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because that was the truth the whole time, but it was a joke.
Right.
But that number, 405.
Yeah, once you see that and you're like, okay, this is becoming more of a reality than a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Time to stop joking.
Yes. It's crazy.
Time to take it serious. Yeah.
It's so weird because you can be exposed to the same stimuli, the same facts, and they just don't affect you. And then one day, for whatever reason, it's just like you had this moment of, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird, dude.
And everything clicks. And it's like, okay, I need to do that.
Yeah. And it's good that you chose to do that, too. And you kept with it. Like, all right, tomorrow I'm doing it, which probably would have worked. To do the tomorrow, but to do it that night, was like, even more powerful.
Yeah. I was like, no.
You let yourself know, like.
Yeah, I immediately said, all right, I ate lunch. Mm-hmm. I'm fasting till tomorrow at lunch. As soon as I said I brought lunch. As soon as I stepped on the scale, seen that, I said, okay, I'm gonna eat the lunch I brought. Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna fast till tomorrow at lunch, and it's gonna be something healthy that I go by tonight. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. Went to Walmart. Fuck.
It's an improvement.
Yeah. But so
natural grocers will.
I'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah. Just fuck Walmart.
I hear you. If you want to sponsor the podcast, Waltons,
we'll take it.
SciFi and Friends sponsored by Walmart. Have it your way. Whatever their
Whatever
fucking-
the
I don't know
thing
what
is.
their thing is.
I don't know if they have a
Great.
slogan or always
Mark
low
of the
prices.
beast.
Mark of the
Don't know.
beast.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes. So yeah, went there, just loaded up. I said, this is what I know I could eat. You know, doing a keto base.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed all that shit.
Because you
Said,
and
don't
Fry
care what
did
it costs.
keto
yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I did it there for a while when I lived with him. I got down to about 340 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So just by the time I've quit doing that there and then moved out, gained 65 fucking pounds. Like, Jesus,
You
that was
think-
less than a year.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
You think that was partly quarantine and pandemic stuff?
I think maybe. I definitely was eating like shit as
Yeah.
soon as I moved to Colby's. Like,
Okay.
McDonald's, Chinese. Fucking,
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of shit to cook with, so I, went out, bought shit to cook with, pots,
Right.
pans.
Yeah.
So now I got, all the shit I need to cook with. So now it's like, then after I did that, I was like, all right, home cooked meals, but I was eating like hamburger helper,
Okay.
a lot of pasta, spaghetti,
Right.
a lot of, just overeating too.
Yeah.
Like portion control was terrible. And then once I noticed my shirts were getting tight at work, I was like, man, this has happened once before, and I was about 380. Then I went and stepped on the scale, and I was 405, and I said, this is worse than I thought.
Yeah.
I've really let myself go.
I hesitate to tell this story, but it's too good. It's inspiring, and I love you. Have you ever heard the story of Fry at Six Flags?
Dude, that happened to me at Silver Dollar City last summer.
Okay.
I had to do the walk of shame off of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Then I couldn't ride anything else in the park because I couldn't fit. So
That-
that's like one of my big goals is like next summer I want to ride a roller coaster.
Dude, that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
We could all get T-shirts that
Yeah.
have like your picture on it
Yeah,
with like
dude.
your muscles and
Yeah.
stuff.
Finally riding a roller coaster for the first time since I was like, I think the last roller coaster I rode was senior year at fucking
Oh, really?
Disneyland.
Dang, dude. That was a hard moment for Fry.
Yeah, dude,
and
that
to
sucked.
watch it too. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, it sucked. Yeah,
Whoa.
I've been there. And that didn't even change my mind when it
Really?
happened.
It
Like-
bummed you out though, right?
Oh, yeah, I was bummed. And it was like, damn, I got to do something about that. But I never took that initiative to actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
Something about seeing that 400 mark that really, really scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, man.
400
It's like, no
pounds.
wonder why my back's killing me and my knees hurt and my ankles hurt every day.
Right.
I get
Can't
home from work
breathe.
and I sat down and then go to stand back up. I'm like, everything hurts. Why? Well, because you got 400 pounds pounding down
400
on your
pounds,
fucking
dude.
legs. No wonder you're fucking sore all the time, idiot.
Yeah, right.
Quit
Yeah.
being lazy and do something, man.
It suddenly makes sense.
Yeah. It's like, all right,
There's
let's see what I got to do.
how familiar are you with Jordan Peterson?
I'm not that familiar,
Okay.
just what you've shared or whatever.
On your connection?
Yeah.
He talks about negotiating with yourself because it's kind of similar to what we were talking about earlier. Like you can just tell yourself, like you could be your own Jocko,
Yeah.
to like be disciplined and stuff. And Jordan Peterson talks about he's like, you don't listen to your boss that good. Why would you listen to yourself that good? So he talks about negotiating with yourself. So for instance, like one of his examples is like, hey, buddy. Oh no, don't talk like you. He talks about speaking kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Because so many people are so hard on themselves. It's like you would never tell another human that.
Right,
like
yeah.
the
Why
things
would you tell yourself that?
that, the things like sometimes that I've heard like Kelsey say like about our body sometimes, like in the mirror. I'm like, you would never tell another girl that.
Yeah.
Why are you telling yourself
Why would you
that?
say that?
Yeah,
about
and I've done it
yourself?
too.
Yeah.
I've done
I've
it too.
definitely been there.
Yeah, it just was way more potent with her because I
Yeah.
kind of like heard her. I was like, man, that was sharp.
Is that really what you think?
I know, man.
Like, ouch.
Yeah, literal. It hurts me to think about it right
Yeah.
now. But Jordan Peterson talks about negotiating with yourself. So he says, for instance, if it's writing, like if you write 2 pages. Oh no, he talks about cleaning his room. It's like if we work on our room today, right, and we clean the room, and let's say we make the bed, we sweep the floor, and we fold one thing of laundry. We'll go out for ice cream. What do you say? And for some reason, by talking to yourself like that,
Right, yeah.
it makes it like, okay, I can do that. And he says, if you do that, do not lie to yourself. Do not go fold the bed, sweep the floor, and do a basket, and then go, let's do one more. Don't do that, because then you're yourself is like, you fucking
you
lied.
told yourself what you were going to do that.
And so he says, like, as you do that more and more, you learn to trust yourself, and then you can negotiate with yourself a little bit more. Like, hey, bud, what if we cut out, if you have cigarettes, like, what if we cut out cigarettes and we only have one a week or something? And then you give yourself a reward. It's really interesting how he talks about that, about how to speak to yourself, how to negotiate with yourself. Like, if I wanted you to do something, if I wanted Devon Lynn to do something, I wouldn't just be like, we're gonna go outside right now. We're gonna clean up all the trash in the yard. You know what? You and me, we're gonna go. Let's go right now. You'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right. I'm like, hey man, would you help? Like, I would ask it in a question. I'm like, hey, would you help me pick some stuff up outside? Maybe I'll cook you dinner tonight or whatever.
Yeah, sure, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't do that to ourselves.
Right,
We're just like, you're going to finish an entire script tonight.
Yeah. Unrealistic goals we set for
Totally
ourselves.
unrealistic. Totally. Yeah,
then get mad at ourselves when we can't achieve them.
Right.
What did you expect when you set that?
Right. Literally set yourself up for failure.
And now you're bummed out because you did it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just taking ownership of your.
Right. There's a really good YouTube channel called Production Minutes or something like that. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
This guy takes books, self-help books, and makes like a little breakdown of them, and they're fucking awesome because I don't have enough time to read self-help books.
Does some cliff notes on some self-help
Yeah, but
books.
the videos that he makes are really cool. They're like their little like drawings and like animations.
Oh yeah.
And like Awaken the Beast, I think, is one that was really good, and it just talks about goal setting, and it's like a little espresso shots. Like, instead of doing a 8-hour book or 10-hour book listen on Audible, you can just watch that video, and dude, breaks down perfectly. But the things that I've learned from that channel, just like saying, okay, for 5 minutes, I'm going to focus on this video. Like, I'm not going to have Twitter going and my phone and, TikTok and everything. No, I'm going to listen to this. And it's been very beneficial as far as like goal setting, how the human mind works, how like high achievers work, all that kind of stuff. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I got it. There was one book, I cannot remember what it is, but it was just talking about having goals embarrassingly small. So one was like, for people to lose weight, it's like you can stand up from your couch and you can sit back down. And the whole point is that you probably won't stop when you stand up, because you'll stand up and you're like, I got my goal, my workout for the day, but you'll probably keep walking, right? And you'll walk to the door, and maybe that's as far as you go, but you've kind of overachieved there in that embarrassingly small goal. Yeah. And he had a quote along the lines of, better to have embarrassingly small goals that you're actually doing than
no
these
goals at all.
Well, to have these monumental size goals with embarrassing results.
Yeah.
Like, you meditate for 5 hours a day? No, I should. Or did you meditate for 5 minutes and you've been doing it for 4 months? You know what I mean? Yeah. This is great. It was awesome. It was an awesome alteration in thinking, Yeah. Embarrassingly small. I just lost his name. Tim Ferriss talks about that. 2 shitty pages a day to write a book. Just write 2 shitty pages a day. Some days, he says, that's all you write. You write 2 shitty pages. Most days you write a lot more.
Right, you keep going.
Yeah,
you doing more.
But you get that dopamine.
You've overachieved your little goal. Yeah. Right. It feels better than not achieving. Exactly. Like, I'm going to write 50 pages tonight. Right. You write 4.
Exactly. And you feel terrible for not writing 50.
Right, then I'm going to do 2, and then you write
50.
50.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, all right. Yeah.
Exactly. So you kind of get that hit of dopamine.
Right, you feel better about it. You fucking uplifted maybe tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The same, and then if say it's a bad day and you're tired and whatever, hungover.
At least I got the 2.
At least you got 2. And you achieved what you wanted.
I said what I was going to do. I did what I said I was going to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So you keep the momentum. You're like, I've been doing this for 7 weeks. Why would I stop now?
Right.
And then also most of the time you're going to do a lot more than 2 crappy pages.
Yeah.
So, take that for whatever it's worth and apply it to your life. But that one really helped me. So I look across. I remember I went into a running shop one time, like a running shoe shop. A run store. What the fuck you call those? I don't know. But you could run on the treadmill. Oh, really? And there's like a camera, and it would show like your foot pattern. And then they would say, like, these are the shoes for you. Huh. And so this is a long time ago, like 10 years. And I got on there, and the guy goes, how many miles a day do you run? And I go, I run 10. And I remember Josh Davis is like, fuck, you don't. You know? And even he was like, okay, good. You know, like, but clearly he knew.
Yeah, he's like, this guy don't run 10 miles a day.
No, I probably ran half a mile.
Yeah.
But the point is that I said what I was wishing that I actually ran. I wish I was actually running 10 miles.
But I need shoes to be able to run 10 miles.
That's right. But I never did. You know, that was like my ideal goal. Like if I could run 10 miles a day, I would be very satisfied with myself.
Yeah.
But it was such a lofty goal that I never fucking hit it, you know. But
You've
if I would
been
have
running 5 here recently?
Yeah, just because my back was hurt, so I was like, I needed to push myself because I was doing really good with the kettlebells, hurt my back. And I was like, all right, let's just do 5 because 3 is challenging but doable. 4 just didn't seem enough. 5 is like about to die.
Yeah.
So
run the whole time?
No. Just
That's
as best
5.
I could.
Yeah.
You know, some days I'd run more than other days, and some days I wouldn't run at all. Yeah, but I just remember thinking like, if I just actually had an achievable goal, maybe I could work up to 10 miles.
Yeah.
You know, not start at 10 miles.
Yeah,
you know?
that just seems ridiculous.
Right. Yeah,
So the little goals. Yeah.
it just doesn't seem right to people. Like they feel it's embarrassing sometimes, their goals, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you put yourself against somebody else. You're like, man, Christopher Nolan has made so many good movies, and fuck, what have I done? It's like, don't compare yourself to him.
No. Compare yourself to who you used to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Goggins says, he's like, be 10% better than you were last week.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, you know. He runs all the time. So it's like, if you ran a mile last week, run a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Or a mile and an extra lap, you know, or whatever it is. Just push yourself in that way.
Just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then eventually, you will be slamming those things, you know.
Yeah.
If you keep pushing yourself, and you will build correctly. You will build the strength, whether it's physical strength, mental strength, spiritual strength, so that you can achieve that, and you will build your character along the way, so that when you are that person, you're like, yeah, it's taken a while to develop into me.
Right, but
it's like Conor McGregor on the infamous documentary.
Oh yeah, great documentary.
Remember we said, I've said it before on a podcast. He's like, I didn't always have it. I didn't always used to have it. I have it now. It's like,
yeah.
That's so true.
Yep.
You didn't used to be this guy.
No, you weren't the big hockey badass knocking people out left and right.
You just
you worked your fucking ass off for it.
He developed into this.
Became this guy. He
became this guy.
Yeah, he became the Conor McGregor we know today.
He was this pimply.
What he used to be.
Yeah, just small, kind of blabby mouth guy, and now he's this suit-wearing, confident superstar. Yeah, $200 million or whatever. Yeah, I just love that line. Like, I didn't always have it, and it's like,
but I have it now. Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah, I can't wait to look back and say that.
Right? Yeah, and you will, dude.
Yeah.
You will. That's what I was kind of thinking. Like, this video feed, it's gonna be really interesting here in a couple months. You know,
right?
Like,
yeah.
remember when we did
have
that?
To come back and do another one.
That'd
see
be
the
awesome.
Results. Yeah.
So, do you have like a target weight that you're going for?
Well, for right now, you know, I set a goal, but I think if I can get back under 300, that would be like the first goal I want to achieve, and then work from there.
That'd be cool.
So the first is to break back down into the 290 range.
Okay.
And see where I'm going to go from there.
Yeah.
See if I want to lose more, if I want to start building more muscle.
Right.
You know. We'll see what happens. Got to get there first. That's the first goal.
Sure. That's cool though.
Yeah, so what is that? That's 110 pounds.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah.
You could do that. And it's a good time to do it. It's getting warmer out.
Right, yeah.
So what's your workout routine like?
So I have this app on my phone. It's like a 30-day fitness for men, whatever. It just gives me a bunch of workouts, you know, and you do them in succession, like 10-minute workouts. So was it day before yesterday? It was like, start out with 30 seconds mountain climbers, then you do, you know, like 15 push-ups, which I can't do 15 push-ups. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Dude, I can't do my skill level on working out has dropped to 0. Like, I'm a baby deer legs working out, dude. Oh, yeah. The first day I was just doing lunges and stuff, and then I woke up the next day and it felt like I did, a week 5 squat workout with the heavy reps, all 10s.
Right.
That's what my legs felt like. And I was like, this is pathetic.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was like, I'm a 0. I've literally let my body go to shit. I used to be able to squat, 400 and some pounds.
You could?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's like, I probably couldn't do fucking 250.
Wow.
Probably couldn't even do 2. I don't know. I'm
Damn.
sore from doing lunges. What could I do?
Right.
So it's just different stuff like that, setups, heel touches, planks, stuff like that. Just little 10-minute workouts.
Something you can do in your room.
Yeah.
And then, but you've been walking too.
Yeah, now I've started walking, and I decided, it's like, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk a mile away from home, and now I have to walk a mile back.
Easy 2 miles.
Yeah, easy 2 miles.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, my original plan was I'm just going to walk around the block until I hit 2 miles. And then I was like, what if I get 2 laps down past the house, and I'm like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
Be too easy to quit. So I was like, walk a mile away from here, then walk a mile back.
Right.
You have no option, you
Right.
know. Can't call nobody to pick you up. Like, hey, man, I walked a mile away from my house. You think you can come pick me up? Fuck that.
Can't walk back.
No, fuck that. You have to.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
That's
walk
a mile away. Yeah, so I've done that.
You just got a little tracker on your phone.
Yeah,
like,
the Samsung Health app.
Yeah.
Just press start workout and then just start walking.
Nice.
But I've done that, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 days now. And I learned very quickly I need new walking shoes. Because I have some broken down ass Nikes that I'm wearing right now, actually.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, my feet and ankles were hurting, and I was like, all right. So done with that. I got shoes coming in.
Nice.
In the mail. They should be here tomorrow.
Good.
So it's like, I got new shoes and ready to walk again. Hopefully this weather starts cooperating so I can get back out there.
Next week's supposed to be very
I don't want to walk out and get wet for fucking 2 miles.
No, did you?
I mean, no. It's an excuse, but
it was raining pretty good.
and it was cold the first couple of days of this week.
It was
too,
freezing,
man.
dude.
I didn't want to do that, and I was like, I know what Jocko says. Excuses are lies.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Your excuses are lies.
That was great. That was great. Yeah, I mean, but you're working your way up, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't want to burn myself out, so I've been doing like 2 days on, 1 day off.
Okay, cool.
So
then that's just the walking?
No, like that's
Or
with
the workout
everything,
too?
the workout and
Oh,
walking.
okay.
So like I'll do 2 days
That's good.
workout, day off, 2 days walking, day
Cool.
off, 2 days workout.
That seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah. The first time I tried to do walking then a workout,
Mhm.
I died. So I was like, okay, you're trying to push too hard too fast.
Right.
Take it a little bit easier. Don't kill yourself. You want to keep this going. Don't discourage yourself.
Right. We'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, actually the other day I had a dream about running. and it kind of made me like, I can't wait to get to that point to where I can run again.
That's
because
cool.
I can't right now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I would
cool,
like to, but yeah. So yeah, ready to get to that point. Like eventually I want to walk this 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to build up, to where I get 3 miles or whatever walking. But then I want to run 2 miles. I want to be able to run 2 miles nonstop.
Right.
So we'll work towards that goal after I get my walking goal in.
Right.
Once I feel like I'm at the weight where I'm not going to fuck myself up, like my knees and joints and stuff, have 400 pounds pounding down running doesn't sound the best. Yeah. So I lose a little bit of weight and then, get my legs stronger than what they are. Got some resistance bands on order. So
nice.
Start doing some band training. Start building a little bit of muscle. That way I can, get to the point where I can run again and do all that stuff. Eventually get to the point where I feel comfortable enough to get back in the gym and then just really kill it. That's what I want to do. I want to get back in the gym so bad.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't even sound like myself, when I talk about this, because it's like, oh yeah, Devon's gonna get back in the gym. He's gonna do all this. Yeah, Devon's gonna be at McDonald's next week.
Yeah, tell that voice to fuck off.
That guy.
Yeah,
fuck that Devon.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you don't
bud.
get that no more. Sorry, bud.
Sorry.
You can have that after you lose 20 pounds. How about that?
Yeah, we'll keep it around. But we got to do some work first.
Yeah, no.
It's crazy.
You don't just get that for free no more.
Yeah, you'll once you hit that exponential curve too. It's like very slow right now, like mile and just the bedroom workouts. But like, dude, once you get in the gym and like you're lifting weights and stuff, and then
Yeah.
you start running a little bit, and then you start, your diet kicks in, like that's just gonna, the curve is gonna, like, it's just gonna start falling off.
Right now, the weight loss. I mean, it hasn't really been slow. 15 pounds in 2 weeks. That's not slow by any means.
Seems like
but,
right on track.
But some of it's water weight from switching diets and getting rid of all those extra carbs that you stored and all that shit.
Soda. And
so I'm curious now in week 3 on what I'm gonna weigh on Monday. Because if I'm down more than 5 more pounds, I'll be surprised. It'll be a big win, but I'm only expecting like 4 or 5.
Right.
So that way, if it's not 10 more pounds, then I'm not disappointed.
Right.
It's like I just want to lose 5 more pounds this week.
Yeah, that's still good.
Yeah.
It's still progress. It's small progress, but
quite a bit of pounds.
Yeah.
For 1 week.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know it'll get slower. I can't get discouraged for the stalls. There's going to be stalls. Have to figure out something different, or But I'm ready for it.
Plus,
I want that.
Yeah, and then your body's still making the transition. It's used to all these, like you said,
It's used
sugars
to
and carbs.
Coming home, sitting down, and gorging on just unhealthy shit.
Right. So it's not quite used to all the energy.
My
That's
body's still like, dude, what are you doing? This ain't you.
Right.
Someone else controlling you?
Excuse me.
Hey, I don't want to do this. And like, no, you do.
Right. Yeah, nobody wants to do it.
You think the first thing I want to do when I get home from work is work out?
No, hell no. Hell no.
But I have to.
Right. And that's because you give yourself that option.
Yeah.
That there is no option.
There's no option.
Right. That's key, dude. If you really just lay it down and say, you got choice 1 and choice 2, they both lead to the same place.
Yeah. Same place, but these are the 2 things you can pick.
Yeah.
But one of them, they're going to equal the same result.
Right. We can work out when we get home after work.
Or
we can work out.
Yeah.
Or we can go walk. Yeah.
Either way, it's a workout.
Right. Yeah, there's no, like, what about the option to lay on the couch and watch Netflix?
No, after you walk.
Yeah,
after you work out.
And see, there's the negotiation right there.
Yeah.
Saying, like, if we go walk, then we can watch Netflix.
Yeah, like I have
these
keto brownies,
Ooh.
And it's like, you can only have those on days you walk.
So
you walk your 2 miles, you can get that brownie.
Nice. That's a good motivation.
Yeah.
They talk about that kind of stuff a lot with developing good habits. Like take some dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like you go run. Well, you're supposed to do it. So you eat the dark chocolate before you go run, because you're starting the habit loop. You go run and then you eat the dark chocolate afterwards, and it kind of solidifies that habit loop.
Yeah.
So you can do that with anything. Habits are very interesting.
Yeah.
Things, whatever the hell they are.
I was looking up how to create a habit the other day, actually, and it's like, how long does it take to create a habit? And
because you hear all these
most people say 3 weeks. Some
Yeah.
people say 60 days. Some people
90.
say
I've heard 90
days, 6
Yeah.
months. You know, it's like, well, how long does it actually take
Yeah.
before this is your mindset? And I really think like you can make something a habit immediately if you have the right mindset. Because if all a habit is a mindset, you just project yourself in that mindset immediately. And I think you could pick up a habit that fast. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
I have a case study for you. It's Kelsey. So Kelsey didn't like wine for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'd take her out, we'd go to Red Oak and stuff. And she really wanted to be fancy. She wanted to engage in that lifestyle, you know, but she just did not enjoy wine. And one time we were out at Red Oak at the bar, and this girl in a red dress, very beautiful woman, walked by, red dress, hair was all done up, and she had a glass of red wine. And Kelsey said that when she saw that, she goes, that's it. I like wine.
I like wine.
And now she's a wino. It was that fast, dude.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit different. But that's I guess you could call it a habit of like enjoying a certain thing.
Yeah.
And all it was a mindset. Like once she decided.
As soon as you put yourself in that mindset, it's like this becomes a habit, if you will. Yeah.
I'm curious. So when I make a decision, like a big decision, like a life decision, I can tell if I'm serious or not. Like I can feel it change.
Yeah.
Or if it's like, man, I'm going to stop doing this. And then I'm like.
You half-ass it for a couple months.
I can kind of feel it.
Whatever.
Like, you're 99% in, But like when I'm like, nope, that's it. It's so much different of a outcome, Yeah. I always kind of feel it as like a key turning in my chest. Like sometimes I put the key in, but I don't turn it.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes I put the key in and take the key out.
Yeah.
But when it is
finally
done,
turn that key.
yes, and I can feel this shift.
Yeah.
Is that kind of to you?
Yeah,
a little bit?
that's like, I've set like, oh, I'm going to lose weight. I'm
Yeah.
going to do this diet. And I've, half-assed it for a month. And,
Yeah.
it didn't really work out. That's my fault. It didn't work out because I wasn't disciplined.
Mm.
So I'm just going to go back to doing whatever I want. But this time, yeah, when I sat myself down and I gave myself those goals, I said, this is what you got to do, and there's no other option. I felt, that finally, 100% committed. I finally felt that different shift than the other times I said I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to change my lifestyle. I'm going to eat this and do this to become, more healthy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels, it's a weird feeling because I've never had it before about, about losing weight, like music. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to get this done. And I'm going to work to achieve that goal. Said I've wanted to lose weight 100 times, but how many times have I worked on it? You know?
Like actually taking it seriously.
Right, yeah, yeah. So.
Yeah, there's just something about that, about, I guess, taking it seriously, whatever it is. People talk about it, or they, a lot of things I hear, a lot of the phrases that I hear myself say and other people, like very common way to speak about things is like, if I had it, I would do this, or I've always wanted to do this, or I have a good idea for this. And it's like, they're just all fluff bullshit ways of speaking about things rather than like, I'm going to do this. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it like that. But you know what I mean? Like, right, but
there's
do this.
Definitely a difference in the way you say things. I mean, not just the way you say them, but like what you mean when you say them. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this.
Right. Yeah. Actually, your inflection right there was very impressive.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of pumped me up. It was like, I need to say that.
Yeah.
I know if my heart's in it or not. And sometimes I'll sit there and like chase myself around inside my heart. I'm like, motherfucker, I know what you're doing. I'm like, however, like behind my back, I'm all in.
I'm gonna do it.
No, you're not. I know you.
You're lying to yourself.
I am you.
Right now.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not leaving until we figure this out. Until we get down to the bottom of it and figure out like where we're gonna stand on this.
Yep.
I've definitely had those sorts of conversations in my life.
Oh yeah.
Casey had a good compliment about you because I think you guys were getting together at Witt's the other night.
Randall's
or something, and I said to him, like,
birthday.
what are you guys gonna do? Like, it's a weeknight, Dev can't even drink or whatever, and he goes, I'll be drinking and hanging out, and he said something like, we try to get Dev to break sometimes. Like when he's doing his stuff. He is very stern on not breaking when he sets a goal, and I was like, yeah, that does sound like Dev, like if you lay it out, like I'm not doing this. Dev ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's very surprising if you do. We're all like, oh shit, he broke.
He broke it.
But it's never happened. So
I did break on Monday. Casey got me.
Yeah, that was
like, have had some of that bourbon. I was like, nah, it's your brand new bottle. Trevor just got you for your birthday. I don't want to open it. He's like, it's open. Have a drink. I was like, well, fuck. All right, I'll have one drink.
Right.
I haven't drank for 14 days. So I was like, I'm going to have one drink, I guess. And that's what I had. Had the option to have more. I was like, nope, I had the one.
Right.
Done.
It's for that happy birthday type thing.
Yeah, this is for you on your birthday. I'll have a drink with you on your birthday.
Right. I just feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah. It's a good way to, I guess, negotiating with yourself. You know?
Right.
And you can't just be straightforward all the time. I mean, you're supposed to be straightforward. What I mean is, like, you can't just work towards your goals and not have some personal pleasure in there, or else you're never going to want to achieve that goal. Like, oh, you got to stay on the straight and narrow for the next year to achieve this goal. You can't have anything you like for this year. No more sweets, no more alcohol. You're never going to want to do that goal.
No.
So you got to have those little breaks here and there, I think. Especially if things are getting tough, like finding no motivation, like have a cheat day.
Right. Well,
break the norm and then get back to it.
Yeah,
see if you feel different.
Doesn't like a cheat day provide a little bit of motivation in a way?
Yeah. Jocko says not to schedule cheat days, but I have one scheduled.
Oh, but he has cheat days?
Yeah. He says just let the cheat days come to you. kind of like the rest days that he takes. Like when life gives you a rest day, that's when you take a rest day. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to there, but right now I'm
Right.
gonna need those rest days.
So very ironic that, Casey is kind of our Jocko guy, right?
Yeah,
He's the one
yeah.
that introduced us all. He was kind of, he was a huge fan. He's the biggest
Yeah.
fan of Jocko of all of us.
Right.
And the other day I was kind of telling him about something that I heard Jocko say just about being motivated and whatnot. And he goes, he's a fucking Navy SEAL, right? Like you don't have to live your life like a Navy SEAL. And I was like, okay, I get
the
it.
way he speaks, and he takes being a Navy SEAL and applies that same lesson to life, and it makes sense. It's like, yeah, you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you are lying to yourself when you make excuses.
Oh, for sure.
You are, you're not disciplined because of you,
Right.
It's all about, extreme ownership, as he says, which, you have to. I mean,
If you
I don't know if you want to
change.
be that extreme, but
The potential's there.
Yeah,
you could
be
go
that
all the way.
extreme, yeah.
Like you could be a Goggins. That's what Kelsey was saying too. Like Goggins. You know much about Goggins?
no, I've listened to like a couple.
I'll send you some
videos,
video.
but
You'll if you like Jocko, you'll like Goggins.
Yeah.
But like one time he ran a 100-mile race and all his toenails fell off and he broke his foot and he
Fuck.
like bad. And I was telling Kelsey like,
Never want to run again after that.
I know, dude. I know. I was telling Kelsey like, we gotta be like Goggins. He's like, his fucking toenails fell out, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Okay, we don't have to be exactly
should-
like Goggins.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We can be like
We can be
Goggins.
inspired by it.
Yeah.
Before our toenails fall out, like
Right, yeah.
cracked me up. But like that potential is there. Like you can take it as far as you want,
You can run with it, but
But like you said, the disciplined mindset that they cultivated in the military, it fits very well on everyday life for normal guys like us.
yeah.
It's
Just how far are you willing to push it?
Yeah, and you could say you could put it on your diet, and you could push that all the way to the very tip top where you're measuring carbs and macros and all that kind of. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff.
I the first time I ever did keto, all about the measurement. I had
Really,
food tracking app, knowing exactly what grams of fat
good
and
idea.
carbs and stuff I was doing. Oh yeah, dude. If you need a good one, Stupid Easy Keto. It's a great app.
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Stupid Easy Keto.
Stupid Easy Keto.
Download it right after this.
Yeah,
podcast.
dude. It really helps. And yeah, you just search through this bank of food they have, and you click everything you eat. If you cooked it in oil, whatever, it tracks all your macros for you.
That's awesome.
Puts all your calories, your carbs, and all that. And yeah, I did that the first time, but then like after doing, this is like the third time I tried to do the keto diet. So like after doing keto for 2 times, this third time is like I know what I can eat and the portions I can eat, and
Right.
like I've done this and enough times in a row. Like I kind of have a general idea of what I'm getting,
Right.
and how not to overeat. Like usually, like when I have burgers or chicken, I limit myself. I have 8 ounces,
Okay.
and then that's
You
all.
actually measure it on like a.
Well, I mean,
device,
like yeah,
or-
like I'll have a pound of hamburger, and so like I'm
Okay.
making patties. I'll have
Mhm.
2 patties tonight, 2 patties for lunch. I have
Gotcha.
8 ounces.
Okay.
So yeah, I try to limit myself. You see the weight of what you buy, and then divide it up into even
Right.
portions, and you think, oh, that's about 8 ounces. That's about 10 ounces.
Sure.
That's fine.
Right.
So yeah, I've definitely eaten a lot more vegetables this go
good.
around.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that,
Yeah.
because when I first did keto, I was like, okay, what can I eat? I like green beans and broccoli and
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Now, like
I felt that
eating
today.
green beans, broccoli. I love bell peppers and cauliflower,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Yeah, dude. Like
I love peppers, dude. Jalapenos. I eat jalapenos.
you can't eat those on keto.
Jalapenos? Oh yeah.
Oh, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I cut up 2 jalapenos and put it in my omelet this morning.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Oh man, it was so
Sounds
good.
good.
Some bacon.
Yeah. All the diets
Keto's
I've
so
done.
terrible.
I know, dude. I was thinking about that. For compared to like the carnivore, man. Like I did the carnivore, which started terrible and then ended great. Like
Yeah.
my mind was clear and I had a ton of energy. And I was like, well, this ain't so bad. My blood was, I had some fatty blood,
Did you?
but I had a lot of testosterone in my blood because cholesterol is the precursor to testosterone or to hormones, particular hormones. And then doing the keto now. And every time I've done like a very drastic diet like that,
Yeah.
it always comes down to these are good for very short term, for or at least for me. This comes down to a very short term lifestyle change.
Yeah, Jacob
2 month
did
max
keto
or something.
forever,
Yeah, he
losing
did.
all that weight.
Yeah, he did. He did good.
Yeah.
He needs to get back on it.
He has been, but he's been sending me
Good.
pictures since I started of the
Nice.
shit he's been making. And
Because last time I saw him, he was at the gym, and it was him and Alexis. And I was like, "Hey, you guys doing good?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're here working out for the wedding." I was like, "Good, good." And they go, "Yeah, our diet sucks. We ate 26 cookies. We made cookies and we ate 26."
Man. Dude, I
was
feel
like-
that pain. Like 4 weeks ago, I was slamming a fucking line of Oreos, out of the
Whoa.
package. God, how good are Oreos,
sounds
know?
Oh, God, sounds good.
Yep. And then now here I am. I'm eating broccoli and beef without buns.
So here's the thing that pumps me up, especially like I'm doing 2-week keto fast right now, is there will come a time if you continue to do this where you can slam a pack of Oreos.
Yeah.
You will be in good enough shape to be like, I can do that.
And then I go work it off.
Go work it off, or like
it's not going to affect me the way it is now.
no, right? It's not going to like add to your misery. It's like
right.
you eat your Oreos, you're like, that was awesome, but you continue your habits
right back on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that to me that gives me motivation of like, you can't have it now, but if you keep doing this, you can have it in the future.
Yeah. And you won't have to limit yourself as much. You still want to limit yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it as much.
And that kind of goes to what you were saying is like, you have to have some cheat days in there.
Yeah.
Because if you told yourself like, no more Oreos ever for the rest of Devon Lynn's life.
Yeah, you're not going
like,
to want to live that life.
No, you wouldn't. Like, well,
all right, I give up. Give me the fucking Oreos.
Yeah, I like Oreos.
Yeah.
But if you say like, no, you can have them, you just have to accomplish these.
Yeah, you just have
X,
to do
Y,
this
Z.
first, then you can have your Oreos.
And then you're like, oh, okay. And then there's the carrot stick in front of your face and gives you more motivation to push forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey so far, and it's going to be a even longer journey. But I can't wait to look back on that Instagram page, like even just when I hit 100 days, 82 days from now.
Yeah.
And seeing the progress, especially now that once I decided to just make it a daily post, like that's really amped up like the want to, like I got to get that post on there. I got to do something,
right?
So I can get a post on there today,
right?
I got to let people see that I'm not giving up.
Yeah. And I even like how you post, even if you don't do something, I think it was yesterday you said something. I didn't get to walk today.
Yeah.
I was going to walk, but it was raining and I
busy
got home from
all
work.
day. Yeah.
But it was just cool that you,
It's
extreme
like
ownership,
yeah.
I did that with a fasting app that I was doing. And for whatever reason, I just was too embarrassed for myself to put in the actual time that I was fasting. So it'd be like, I'd be shooting for 16 hours and I'd hit 14. Well, I'd put 16 in. And then I was just like, well, this isn't doing me no fucking
that's
good.
not giving me the right information that I need. Yeah.
Like just put in the right information, even if it's not what you want, and you can start to manipulate that and be like, dude, you're 2 hours away. You can do it. Right. So I really appreciated that you posted, I didn't work out today. Like I was supposed to, but I didn't get around to it.
Didn't get it done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Like it just keeps you honest.
Yeah,
so
right.
then,
I don't want to look back and be like,
yeah.
I might have done a workout that
Exactly.
day. I said I did, but
Right.
I know there was days I didn't that I said I worked. I don't want that.
No, you remain accurate on your map. You're like, I'm right here. Not I'm over here.
I'm all the way over here. Yeah.
Then you lose it, because where the hell are you? I don't know.
Right, yeah. You don't know.
Right.
Right from wrong, yeah.
I think it's so important to measure things too. Like you said with the keto app, and anything, if it's diet, that's one great thing to measure. Workout measure is great to measure. Hell, even like how many times you go to the bar, or how many books have you read? What did you do? Like one thing that I really admire about Kelsey is that she's so good about keeping her time for what she did for work. So she'll be like 8:30 to 10:30. I worked on design. 10:30 to 11:30 I had a meeting, and so then you can look back at your day and like, this is what I did.
You got done.
Yes.
And,
If you're deathly honest with yourself,
yeah,
like I was, and you write your day out exactly what you did, you're like, oh my God,
I didn't do shit.
Like, I was on Twitter for 2 hours.
Why?
It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but when you look at your day and you're like, well, where's the writing? Where did the writing happen?
Oh,
it's not there.
You scroll through social media during your writing time.
Exactly. But it's so nice to be able to take that data, which is what it is, look at it, observe it, and go, I need to do something. Kind of like
changes here, make changes there.
Exactly. So it's like tomorrow I'll try not to do 2 hours of Twitter. I'm going to do an hour of writing, you know.
Right.
And then you just start dialing it in. And then you see things like, I could have done that quicker, or I could have done that earlier in the day when I had more energy, or I don't know. I'm just a big believer in data. If you can get more data, it's going to help you in your whole journey, whatever that journey is. You know?
Right, and just seeing the physical representation of, you know, what you're doing. Yeah,
It's like taking pictures of yourself.
Yeah.
You see, the camera's not going to lie. You know, the camera's not going to shave some pounds off. You know, you really have to look at yourself and be like, that's me.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I'm going to work on my chest. I'm going to work on my back. Whatever it is, you know. It's an accurate representation.
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude.
I don't know what to think, man. It's,
man.
You know, whole different lifestyles.
It's so cool.
Still weird for me. Weird to talk about. Weird to think about. It's like, am I really doing this? It's like, yeah, you're doing this.
Yeah. I think it's great, and I think it's great that you've put in certain little anti-quit things like the social posts and updating Twitter and taking pictures of yourself and talking to people about it, coming on the podcast and telling your story and stuff. Like, all those are things that you can think about when you have a tough day and you're like, shit,
can't turn back.
Yeah. There's just so many people not relying on you, but there's so many people
tuned in right now.
Absolutely.
You can't let them down.
You
let them down, you let yourself down.
Yeah. You're going to call for a ride home a mile away?
Yeah, you're going to walk back.
That's right. So I'm real proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, buddy.
I'm excited to see all the changes and stuff.
Yeah, man. Me too.
Like I said, I've been inspired by it. You know, I've made little changes in my life, and hell, like I said, I saw your post last night, and I went across my whole day. Like, what did I do today? You know, did I win?
Yeah.
So keep it up, man, and proud of you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking in on you.
Hopefully,
seeing all the changes.
365 days from now, I'll have 365 posts on that
cool, dude.
Instagram page, and we sit here on another podcast, scroll through,
dude.
Look at the change.
Love that. I would love that, because who knows what the things that you're going to learn.
Yeah.
Or the people that you're going to meet.
What's going to change? What my diet's going to be a year from now? If I'm in the gym, you know, what I'm doing in the gym. Yeah, I'm ready to see some big differences.
Yeah.
Ready to be different from what I am now. I guess.
You absolutely will. So. Yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
It was.
It went a lot better than I expected. I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about?
Everybody thinks
for
that.
2 hours, man.
Everybody thinks that.
What am I going to do? It's like, I'm not that interesting, but, you know, here we are. What's it been? 2.5 hours?
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like it. It was like,
no. About 2 minutes in, I was like, we're good.
Yeah.
I can tell real quick.
Yeah.
Like, if I have to carry the podcast, it's okay. I can carry the podcast.
Right.
I didn't have to. Like, I could sit here and like literally just think about what you're saying rather than being like, think of topics because he's gonna run out of steam. No, you're a good speaker and had good stories and stuff.
Sweet. So. I like to hear that.
People's Park. You want to give a shout out to like upcoming music, right?
Yeah. Band People's Park. We're gonna be hopefully releasing our EP within the next month. I'm going to be on Austin's ass about that. We need to get that done so people can actually hear our music. You know.
Will release the EP.
We will release the EP next month. No more excuses.
June 16th. There you go. You put a date on it, boy.
Oh, man.
There you go. So, everybody, please keep up with People's Park and all that.
Yeah,
you got a Facebook page, right?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think it's all Real People's Park.
Real People's Park?
Yeah.
Does someone else have?
Yeah, People's Park is in an actual park. Dude, you won't believe how many Facebook messages we got. Are you guys open today?
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like a local park?
Oh, it's some historic park somewhere, I think. Like some guy that used to like I guess technically live in the park. Was like a hobo of the park.
Okay.
He passed away like last year, and we got a message like from some big like, I don't know, some rich guy from wherever. I can't remember if it's in California or New York, but like so sorry to hear about the community's loss, blah blah blah. And I had to message him back and be like, hey buddy, we're just a band called People's Park.
What'd he say?
He didn't say anything back. I was like, the music symbol, whenever you clicked on our picture, didn't tell you something.
You're like, but if you want to donate to the band,
yeah, we'll take.
We'll write a song
donations.
about that old hobo.
Yeah, that's all at Real People's Park. I'm pretty sure. You just type in People's Park in the search. If you want to follow me on my Fat to Fit journey, that's Dev Fat to Fit on Instagram. So give me a follow, and I'll post a bunch of pictures of me being fat for a while, and then hopefully in the future I'll post a bunch of pictures of me being fit. So.
Yeah. And you post your food too, which is cool. Like, it's kind of interesting to see what you're eating and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it gives me ideas for things. And
it's definitely fun. It makes it enjoyable.
yeah, and it keeps you on track.
Yep.
So go follow Devon and follow him on his regular social media. He's on Twitter.
Yeah. All Devon Lynn 70 on every social media.
Old football
outlet.
number.
Yep.
Yeah, Devon Lynn 70 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So give him a shout and follow him on his journey, Fat to Fit. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You'll be inspired. So, always, dude. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
Knuckles
Thanks
for the
for having me
pandemic.
on.
Even though we hugged earlier.
Yeah, whatever.
But let's do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for listening today. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, go follow Devon Fat to Fit on Instagram. Devon Lynn 70, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. TikTok.
Yep.
And TikTok. I love TikTok. It's funny as hell. Everybody have a great week. Don't forget Patreon. SciFi and Friends has a Patreon. It's always had one. I just forget to tell you about it. But if you feel the desire to donate towards the podcast, I greatly appreciate it. It'd help me to create more episodes. It would help me to expand, and it would help me get other people onto the podcast. So it is SciFi and Friends at the Patreon. Should come right up. Bitcoin, all that good stuff. Anyway, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time. Peace.
This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning.
Sci-Fi wins.